Boom. We are live. Get rid of that. Bam. How's it going? Tyler Chapman, right? Chapman.
What?
That's how you say it.
Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. Parliament? How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going. It's a good day. It's a good day. Well, we got to have our sponsor on there. We got it on there now.
Who's your sponsor for the channel?
We got Arms. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Cody. You tell him. You know.
We got Legend Water. It's
Yeah.
a local Red Deer water company. They do canned water. It's pretty awesome.
That's how legends are made. Yeah.
That's all I drink is Legend water right now.
Yeah.
And then we got Solon's Sports Bar. It's a pretty much a curl bar, but you squeeze in like this while you're curling, and there's bands that pull you out to the side. It's a really
Yeah,
I highly recommend that bar.
I really want to try that thing. I was hearing Brian talk about it on 98% Arm, the podcast, 98% Arm Wrestling.
It's a good bar, man. It's a good bar.
And, we got Arm Combats, Arm Sports.
Sport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wristball.net. Promo code. It'll be in the description. Yeah. 10% off all orders. Yeah.
I like
Arm
it.
Sport equipment. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I love the handles from Arm Sport. I have like 70% of them. Yeah. So
Now I might stick my foot in my mouth here, but is wrist ball, is that the same as the wrist max?
it's the same company.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I was thinking. They're the red ones. They've got all the finger flexion stuff and yeah, man. I like that stuff. Hermes is a big
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, then I didn't stick my foot in my mouth. Wrist ball, reach out to me. You need the biggest arms in Kentucky on your side now.
Yeah, man. We got to get him a Tyler promo code. Yeah. This is the one that I like. It's the V handle.
Oh,
But it's
dude, that's
excellent.
nice.
It's excellent. Yeah, like it really for cupping. It straps on. I like ones that kind of strap on.
Yeah, man.
I don't mind. You can go a
I
little
know some
heavier.
other guys like that.
Yeah, and they're interchangeable, so you can switch them just like the Country Crush or whatever it was called.
Brian. So
Yeah.
you're saying you're a fan of the strap on?
No, I'm not into the strap-ons. No.
Hey, there's no judgment here, Brian.
That's good.
But that looks like more of a convex handle, so like kind of like the a sensor
really
handle.
is.
It's at the same
It's
time.
really like I suck it in and I'll do it like this, or I'll do all one motion like lat drag.
Yeah.
You can hit it different ways, and I do sometimes. I switch to the cones. You can switch the angles. I really like the handle myself, and then it'll get the only way I work on my left if it's a two-handed exercise, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, it'd just be all right if I didn't have like a dual handle, right? So
Sometimes I forget. I didn't know that they were serious. I thought that was code for something. Whenever they would say, "I do left-handed arm wrestling."
yeah, I didn't know. I know. And then Cody, he's a lefty, so I know now that it's more serious. Guess who felt good on the left today in practice?
Who's that?
Me, surprisingly.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I was pulling left. Yeah.
I've got nerve damage in it, so it looks pretty, and
Yeah.
but it'll just
Don't work
like
right.
it's like,
That's
oh
me.
yeah, and then all of a sudden just you know.
Well, I was getting it over here, and then I was like, the pinning connection is not the same on my left. Like I can defensively, I can hold good. I can stop. As soon as I try to drive, it's like. Ugh. So today, I actually found some connection where I was cupping in and then driving over and pinning, and I was like, wow, I felt really good. Yeah,
Felt like a monster. I
a
pulled
little bit, a little bit.
I've only competed twice left-handed because of
Yeah.
the accident I was telling you about. But one of the times was versus Austin Jagger's best friend Lincoln Munger, and so it goes. You know, my cupping and my wrist and everything is super strong, left-handed, and so I go bam. I mean, I just hit him hard, rough to go.
Yep.
But then it's just nerve pain everywhere, and
Oh
he's
yeah.
just looking at me like, what a punk! Like, why are you doing this? And like I was just kind of holding him, but what I was doing was I was like finding the lane that I could
You were
pin him
trying to find some connection to pin. Yeah. Yeah.
without pain because it hurt so bad.
I know. And he's thinking you're being a prick, holding him, showing off.
He's just looking at me like, "Come on, dude." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"All right, we'll find it eventually. I can get you."
I've only done 2 or 3 events now with my left,
Yeah.
and it looks. I got second place once, and that was crazy because I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know if
Oh
you've
yeah.
seen those matches, Cody, but I would like hit, and I would just keep hitting, and then eventually I would be like come in and try to do a press thing, and then
Yeah.
somehow, some way, I
Well,
was pinning everyone. So
I even told Brian, I was like, you know what? Your left arm, it feels like like your retarded stepbrother. But like,
yes, it does.
it's just 'cause you haven't pulled with it enough. I was like, the more you pull with it, the more you pull with it. Sooner or later, I was like, when you first started pulling with your right, I bet you felt like an idiot pulling with that arm too, because you didn't have any technique. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, yeah. And the only reason I used it a couple times is because I tore my elbow all to shit at nationals last year, and then I had about 7 months where my right was out of commission, like. So I was like, wow, less better than nothing. At least I can still try to arm wrestle. So it didn't really get much better, but it got a little better. So, I'll throw it in now too, right? Just to make it more interesting at an event. Um, I'll go left. I got a good stop on the monster Sheldon at provincials and brought him back to center, but then he just ripped through me and destroyed my arm. And then I was done. I was one and done. I was like, it was wrecked. I'm like, you just destroyed my arm. I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, no more left. Yeah, yeah. And then I couldn't go right because I had a match in 2 weeks. So I didn't pull right that day. So
Speaking of which, what's the situation? Have you and Sean pulled yet?
yeah, we pulled, and I bombed. He beat me.
Oh well.
Yeah, my nerves got me. My nerves. I didn't sleep the night
Well,
before.
Sean's a dirty, rotten cheater. Then let that be known across all the arm wrestling world.
Yeah. Well,
I don't.
I didn't want the match, man. It was tough. It was tough. We went from being like best friends to enemies, right? So it was like, it just, to me, it wasn't worth it. And now it's like, I don't know. I don't know if we can repair everything properly, but like, he was my friend. I don't want to. I don't know. It's kind of on him in a way right now. So yeah,
Who cares? When you guys had a little crap talk beforehand or something like that.
yeah. It was just weird. It was just weird. It's like I I don't know. It's like a long story, but it's like when I beat Len Houghton, I was proud, and
Yeah.
and he didn't really like the way I was bragging, right? He thought
Yeah.
he thought it was cringy, right? And
I'm not
yeah, and
bragging.
it is what it is, right? Well,
What
I
did,
was happy. I was proud. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have went on about the ranking so much, but like, as far as the match, I was proud. Like, Len Houghton's a legend here.
Brian, you
Yeah.
analyzed the way that you were. They say you were bragging way too much. I've told you this.
Mhm.
You talked about it for like a month and a half before they started getting all buttered about it. But you had beat someone that you've been wanting to pull for a long time, who's a legend in Canada, 50-sometime Canadian national champ, and more. And you beat him.
hey,
You have a
to
platform where you talk about arm wrestling. You
Yeah,
to
it's
were
the
what I do.
big To the
something that
victor goes the spoils, brother.
You know what? Sean's performance on Arm Wars. I bet you'd hear a lot more of it if he had a platform that that anyone even listened to.
Yeah. Well,
He'd bring it up.
I was his platform. I tell you the truth, I was his biggest fan and put him on a pedestal, and I'm kind of the platform, right? Like I would definitely let everyone know, right, how good he did at Arm Wars, right? But I felt a little betrayed, like I didn't get the same in return for my win, right? So
the only reason why he thinks you're bragging is because you have a platform big enough where, because you were happy and super excited at something that you worked hard for and you accomplished, and you talked about it a bit, they heard about it. They kept hearing about it because they watch, and then they think you're just bragging about it continuously. It's like you're just happy and excited about something. Anyone that does something great in arm wrestling or any sport, if they had a platform where they were on every 2-3 times a week talking, it's going to come up multiple times for a little while because you're super excited about it and you're really proud of yourself.
Yeah.
You're not,
There's no shame in that. Anybody that gets weird about that, goodness gracious. Like I've lost, and it's always been my mentality, which I was raised by an absolute savage of a man, and he's gone now. But my mentality was, if I took a loss, I'm not trying to be your rival forever. I don't care anything. Like my goals are much higher than you. I'm going to work harder to the point that you never want to arm wrestle me again. That I have like ascended to a level that you're like, I don't know. I don't want to be on the table with him. So like all this, like, oh my gosh, like I took a loss, and now he's talking about it. Like if you were like if he was a nobody and you beat him, like then you wouldn't have talked about it. But that should be validation in how you view the man. That you took it as such a big win.
That is why, because I still have so much respect, right, for actually all the Houghtons. I mean, they're killers, right? His son, his his 3 boys, they're all killers on the table. Dustin's a Canadian national champion. Dylan's gonna be. Dylan's just beat Josh Bellin on the left, which was a huge win. Dalton, like all his kids are killers too on the table, right? So
this is an area that I'm ignorant to. What are you saying? Are you saying Howden, like
Houghton, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So like of Swedish descent, then, huh?
I don't know. I never asked him.
I've never thought of that.
I never asked him that. Yeah, I don't know. I think
so. Like, you guys know like Og Howden, right? In strongman world.
Okay. Yeah. It's like that. It's Houghton.
Okay, so it's spelled different.
Yeah. So, but
what's interesting to me though is that if you put me in the AI generator, I look like a very ugly version of Alex Kardecka.
It ages you first. You know what it does? It says you look too young, because that picture you sent me.
Yeah,
it was like let's make him look 8 years older.
Yeah, no doubt.
What it did. Yeah. It looked like you, but it looked like an older you. I wasn't sure if you were gonna like it. I sent it to you, and I was like, I don't know.
I don't care at all. I've got 5 kids, and I feel like when I told my wife I loved her in high school, she said, "That's good. I've got names picked out for all 15 children."
Oh, nice.
And I feel like each one of them have aged me, So
that's normal. I only had 3, but I got a grandson now.
Oh so my goodness, you're forever old then, Brian.
I'm old. I'm an old man. I'm old. Yeah. I didn't find arm wrestling.
Well, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
35. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything.
Yeah. See, I wish I found.
You're 35. Okay, so you're not 4 years older than I am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said you're only 4 years older than I am. I'm the young pup.
Oh yeah.
So you're the youngest. So Cody's a baby. Yeah.
Baby Cody, 31, huh?
Well, they call him Mighty Mouse, right? That's his nickname.
5'7", 220. I've heard you mention that.
5'7", 220. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, in a few more years, you're going to be like 5'9", 260, right?
Well, maybe 260.
I won't be getting any taller. I won't be getting maybe 5'7", 260.
You got to get one of those knee surgeries, to increase the
Bone
leg
density.
length. Huh?
Yeah, you could
Oh,
do
you
that.
know what? If they brought back sit down arm wrestling, I might try it out to get a little bit
Yeah.
extra height for a while. Because then I
You
can
guys
still
don't
arm
have
wrestle.
you guys don't have that in Canada, huh?
Not really. It's not a thing anymore. No, it
We
was
have
up till the '90s, and then it.
we have a sit down nationals in America.
Yeah, I seen that. Jeff Hale. I seen his posts on it. He goes and does it. Yeah,
The Hellraiser.
the Hellraiser. Yeah, yeah.
He
I
gets
always
he
follow
gets
him.
more vascular with age, but his haircuts get worse. I think.
Yeah, yeah. He's still a beast. He still looks jacked. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
man.
yeah.
But he hadn't seen his barber in a while.
No,
God
no.
bless him.
Yeah, and he trains with that big guy, the farmer. Like, what do they
Yeah, I saw
call it?
that.
The farmer arm wrestler or something. It's called.
What's his name? What's his
I don't
channel?
know his real name. Yeah.
The farm wrestler, maybe.
The farm wrestler. That's it. I think it's called the farm wrestler. Yeah, he wrestles cows and shit.
Yeah, you might as well.
I grew up doing that. That's quite the job.
Yeah, he used to be a bull rider, Cody. Yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, for real, he did. Yeah.
I grew
Oh,
up on a
that's
farm
cool,
with
man.
300 head of cattle.
Yeah.
We have a homestead. We do some chickens, ducks, rabbits,
Nice.
so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, Alberta's not much different. Alberta's very similar to southern U.S. Like in a way. Like we have more we have 100 cows for every person that lives here in Alberta. So like,
Interesting.
yeah. Like we're the beef capital of. We're actually. I've been told we're the beef capital of North America.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, there's a lot of beef here. So
What do you guys
And
grow? Like what kind of beef?
Cody would know more than me.
just
On-
Is
basic
Angus?
beef. I know a lot
There's
of
Black
I know
Angus, a lot of Black Angus here. I know
Oh,
that.
Black
yeah, that's what I was
Angus,
wondering.
White Angus. There's everything here. It's whatever people like. There's no like I know ours. We had Red Angus and Black Angus on our farm, but like there's people that have all like it's all sorts.
Yeah, it's all different types. Yeah, I
There's
know
not
that.
really much of just one kind
Yeah.
of cattle.
And then the pork and poultry industry and the milk industry is more Eastern Canada. Like I know the dairy industry is huge in Quebec and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know,
We have a decent dairy industry here in Alberta too.
do we? Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I have my goat barn set up, my fencing, the posts and everything.
Nice.
I need to throw some goat, some Nigerians and some Sawnans in there.
Yeah, that
Start
would do it.
milking this thing.
Yeah, if you run around, goat.
Yeah.
You ever watch Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Oh yeah. I've got a couple of kids with some lactose,
Oh,
intolerances.
okay. Yeah, and they can have goat milk though.
Yeah, the goat milk's fine.
Yeah,
Hold on
the
just a
goat
second.
milk's
You gotta
good for
charge
you.
it. Yeah, man, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Well,
I want to start eating goat cheese and goat milk. Actually, I was thinking about switching to it. So
Well, they say that
No.
something about the what is it?
minerals.
The fat content, I'm sorry, is like the same size as the humans.
Oh, okay.
So like, because they're similar in growth patterns. They hit the ground at like 7 pounds and grow to, a $140 or $160 or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if
I
that's
just
true.
read that it's very healthy. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, man. Why's that?
They don't drink enough.
do that because I bought a
'Cause they're
protein drink. It's real milk,
Because they're flop
but it's
wristers.
lactose free.
I assume all flop wristers are lactose intolerant.
You know what I
Uh,
read? I read that everybody's lactose intolerant. The only thing is we're brought up drinking it and we build an immunity to it. Because I used
No,
to drink
that's not
4
true.
liters a day. Well, I'll tell you what, I used to drink 4 liters a day every day. And then I stopped
4
drinking it
liters
for a
a
few
day.
years. Yeah, and then I stopped drinking it for a few years. I went back and started trying to drink it again, and my gut bloated out to here.
For the
Couldn't-
American viewers, 4 liters is over a gallon a day.
Yeah, over a gallon a day. I used to drink that every day. Yeah, every day.
Well, but when I did the research, because like I said, there's a prime protein is Logan Paul's protein drink. I want to try, but it's real milk, but it's lactose free. So
Interesting.
the reason why the people are lactose when I Googled it says because there's 2 types of sugars in milk that are combined. There's glucose and another one, and your body has to produce lactose to break it apart to digest it. So what happens is people that are lactose intolerant don't have lactose in their body to break that apart, which gives them the shits. So when that protein milk, what they do is they take the sugar out of the milk, which makes it lactose free.
Interesting.
Oh, I drink a little bit still, just not that much. I eat a lot of cheese though. I can handle all the cheese in the world. It doesn't do nothing to me. So yeah, it's weird. Weird shit. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask a few questions because we might as well. I want to learn some shit. So how long have you been pulling, Tyler? That'd be a good
So
start.
that's a fun question. I grew up weirdly obsessed with strength sports, and
Like us all.
I competed in the I feel like Cody and I, and then Brian. I'm not sure. What do you maybe mid 40s?
Yeah, I'm older. Yeah, I'm like late
Okay.
40s. Yeah, yeah.
So like whenever I was a teenager, so my young impressionable years, John Brzezinski is at his peak. Ed Cohen is at his at his peak in powerlifting. Ronnie Coleman is at his peak in bodybuilding. Mariusz Pudzianowski and Zydrunas Savickas is killing it in strongman. So like,
I'm a Kazmaier fan, buddy.
oh yeah, Bill Kazmaier.
He would have had the most championships, but they didn't allow him to keep competing.
My
He got
favorite
banned.
Bill Kazmaier quote is they asked him about his drug usage, and he said, it's mostly tests and a little bit of D-ball.
Yeah.
And they said, well, how much test did you use? He said, the real magic starts to happen right at about 3 grams a week,
Yeah.
But as a guy on TRT, that's hilarious to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did my first competition when I was 15 years old in 2006, and that was a standalone competition. I didn't have anybody I was training with. I just, in my small town in Glasgow, Kentucky, maybe 21,000 people or so. At 15 years old, I couldn't find anybody that could beat me, and so I go there, and at a buck 75, I come in second to this cat named Rocky Tyree Jr. Rocky, whenever you want the rematch, brother, I'm ready for it. We're actually buddies now.
Oh,
And so he's still in phenomenal shape. He's about, obviously 12, 15 years older than me or whatever.
yeah.
But let's see. And then I competed just kind of, I did powerlifting, strongman, things like that, Highland Games, MMA, things like that, jiu-jitsu or whatever. And whenever I would get injured, I would compete in powerlifting. And I didn't know how to, or I'm sorry, in arm wrestling. I didn't know how to train for it. I would just do behind the back wrist curls, over my big badonkadonk, and then I would do heavy bicep curls.
Yeah.
And then that was the extent of my arm wrestling training. And then I would just hook everybody and go sideways. And I had a couple of decent wins. I got a win over Harold Owens at the time in like 2013 or 14. But I competed maybe 3 different times during that period. And then I was like, people were, I didn't understand that people weren't coming inside with me. I was watching like, I watched Pullin' John, and then I can't remember. I think Game of Arms was airing maybe right around that time.
Yep.
And then so everybody was so close-lipped about like what they did, and then like
Yeah, it
practicing
was
and things like
weird
that.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like they had the secret sauce and they weren't going to share it. And so they came, like I was like, guys, what do I do? And anybody that would hook with me, I've still yet. I mean, I lost once in when I was 15 in a hook, but then I've yet to lose in a hook um, in a competition. And so, everybody that's beaten me, I've lost once to a flop wrist, but other than that, it's been top rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just didn't understand, how to train. And then there was one single article that you can find where it was table curls, and then it was
I do table curls.
lever lifts with a
Yeah.
1-inch
For the
dumbbell,
riser.
a loadable dumbbell with riser and pronation.
Yeah. 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 I do that.
And I think it was on criticalbench.com. And which is still a site, but oh, look at that. That's exactly it. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
I said,
And
sit
so
here. I'll work my owner, right?
old habits,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buddy, I do it. I just sit here and do it all the time.
he's chopping away. Uh,
Yeah.
but really, when I got serious in 2021, 2022, Devin did his match with Michael Todd. Whenever everybody was dying, there was bodies all in the streets or whatever from COVID, obviously,
Yeah.
and so he started posting his videos about how he was training. And then he shows up in just phenomenal form and just smashes Michael Todd. And you got to understand, as American, Michael Todd, I love you. I have
Was that
all
the
the
King of the
respect.
Table one? Or the,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over in
that
Dubai,
was
maybe.
crazy. That was crazy how he did
He
that.
looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I can do this. So I didn't have any training equipment. And I was working like stupid amounts of hours. This was January of 23. And I've just always been really strong in a hook. And, uh, and I told my kids, I was like, listen, y'all setting these jujitsu, y'all setting my jujitsu belts. And
Yeah.
so I had records that I kept every week of riser, whether it
Yep.
was a dynamic riser or a static riser
Yep.
or back pressure, pronation, so on and so forth.
Yep.
Of each, I've got 5 children. So each of my children, I had rep lifts with each of them. And it's kind of like Milo and the Bull. As they grew, so did I.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then I caught some sponsors, and which shout out to Precision Demolition, Kentucky Skill Arcade, and Procrete Concrete. But yeah,
Shout
so I
out.
caught some sponsors, and they
Nice.
sent me tables with pulleys, weights, things like that. And then I really started training. But
Yeah.
by November of 23, I show up and I pull John Bates, who had just been moved down to number 4 in Kentucky. He was number 1. He had some wins over Sonny Gay that previous year. I
Yeah.
think he was like 2-1 or 3-1 against Sonny, and so I just smash him. Like it was,
Mhm.
which I think style versus style. I'm not a good matchup for John,
Mhm.
and he just tried to make a recovery back to the sport and then blew his bicep out and had to have a surgery. I have all the
Mhm.
respect in the world for John, but I was like, oh my goodness, like I can do this seriously,
Yeah. I need to
like I
do this. I need to do
yeah.
this. Yeah.
And so then that was when the rubber hit the road, and I haven't since January of 23. I've been diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. I've buried my father and my grandfather who raised me and things like that,
Mhm.
and I've missed less than a handful of workouts. So,
I'm sorry for to hear all that, but
Yeah.
well,
arm wrestling
times.
definitely helps. Arm wrestling. You know what? It can help somebody. Mentally. I was going through a real hard time when I found arm wrestling, and I think it saved me. Actually, I think it helped a lot of people during that stupid pandemic time, right? So
Oh yeah, man.
I think a lot of people that needed to find something because arm wrestling, it never really shut down. Yeah, WAL was too scared and they were all pussies and they shut down. But you know what? Arm wrestling kept going. We just said, fuck, we don't care about a pandemic. We're going to come
Yeah,
together. You know what I mean? Like fuck, you only live. You either live or you don't. You don't. Like we don't know what tomorrow brings. We got to appreciate now, right? We have to.
exactly.
Yeah, we have to live in the moment. That's life. So, yeah, arm wrestling definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Around 20, that's when I got into it. I was right around. I think it was. It was December of 22, or no, November of 22. I started arm wrestling.
Oh, okay. So you and I really started taking it serious right around the same time.
Yeah, yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I started going serious right at 2020.
Yeah,
No,
Cody's a little ahead of me. Yeah, yeah, a couple
yeah.
years. Yeah,
Uh,
Cody's a beast, though. Yeah, Cody's a beast.
Now, during my not taking it serious time, where I only knew how to hook everybody and go sideways,
That's what
and
worked.
I had some decent wins by the way.
Yeah.
Uh, One of my absolute terrible experiences was I showed up to the Kentucky Muscle in 13 or 14 when it was the last Arnold qualifier for
Okay.
Richard Lupkes,
Yep.
and So I got to run into that bull.
Yeah,
And
that's a
you know how
bull.
you grip a hand and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
there, like you're feeling and you're like, oh, okay, there's the weakness.
yeah.
You know,
And then you
there's
found no weakness.
that's a granite hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know if you would actually be able to feel his weakness because he's just solid and strong,
he,
right?
he
Yeah,
shows up to the table. You can't even see the table on the other side of him. He just
yeah.
presses me and he goes, "Good job, kid." And he grabs me by the shoulders.
And you're like, okay.
Yes, father. Yeah, it's like,
You know what? When I started, there was some guys that, well, actually, it was everybody when I started because when I started, I wasn't sure how to arm wrestle. Like I know in high school we used to do it we'd bet money and we would, do it on the tables in the cafeteria and stuff, but I never really arm wrestled. And then when I started arm wrestling, everybody kind of felt fucking rock solid. So I ended up saying, well, if they're that strong, imagine how strong I can get. I'm way strong. I could kick all their asses. I guarantee it. Right? This is in my head. Right? I'm like 300 and something pounds. These guys are just little. So anyway, it didn't take me long. Once I started figuring out how to arm wrestle, then one by one, I started all the guys I couldn't beat. I was just one after another, after another, after another. I surpassed. Right?
yeah,
And then yeah, and then you got little freaks like Cody. He just gets. I got to a point where I was like, oh yeah, Cody, yeah, I got him figured out. And then he learns how to arm wrestle even better. Cody used to just flop press when I met him. Yeah, his main move was a flop press. But you
forgive
don't
me
even
for
use the
everything
flop
I
now,
said
eh,
about
Cody?
flop wrestling.
Yeah, but I don't even think Cody flops anymore. Have you ever
Well,
flop
I
pressed?
still flop. I still got the flop
You
in
will if
the
you
if I
need
need.
it. It's still there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
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 No,
You
like
know, I always said
basically. Go ahead, brother.
I always said the hardest thing about being a flop wrestler is figuring out how to tell your parents. I'm just kidding. I'm so
No,
serious.
no, no. But see, like I
Wouldn't know.
started in 20, but I
Yeah,
really didn't start actually doing anything like significant like
Yeah.
training wise, or even my first 4 years I did 3 tournaments.
Oh wow.
yeah. You just come
Yes.
into practice and just work on things. And I think it
I
was
didn't even
when I
train at home.
noticed the big. When I noticed the big difference, Cody, was right around just a
EVW.
little bit before the East versus West qualifier.
Yeah,
You were
that was about
starting to you were
10 now.
yeah, you were starting to pull a little different and you were like you were hooking and doing some different stuff. And then you went to that qualifier and you want to know a happy person. Cody was that was the happiest I ever seen him. He's like, I'm never pulling amateur again. I just because he competed amateur and pro and he podiumed in both of them. Did you win the amateur and then what second in the pro
I
or
won left and right arm amateur, and then I got third on the left in the pro division.
yeah, and then that was it. Since then, Cody hasn't looked back. He's, now you're what number two on the left in Alberta, and his right is he'll give anybody a go, like in his weight class. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, yeah,
Right.
So you got
If the guy's a really good top roller, it may end up in a press. Like our number one guy, Joe Fox, that whole match was mainly press.
yeah. Because you
The
shook
one
your
round I
hand.
did get on, yeah, the one round I did get on him,
You hook.
I was able to keep my hand and just like flat sideways to him. But when he was able to take my hand, I couldn't. I was just like this. He actually, I felt a little bit bad because like he was going to win anyways. But I leave it my whole heart on the table every time. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for him to pull me out of that press, he injured and I think slightly tore something on the inside of his elbow at the time, and he was out for a while. He's back
oh,
now, but
oh yeah. Joe's good. Joe Fox is really good. He's when he's on, he's one of the best probably. Well, I think he actually has been ranked very high in North America, but he's always like kind of goes like this. But I mean, an on Joe Fox is really really well. I think he's number one. He's number one on the right, isn't he?
yeah, he's still number one. He hasn't. Him and Victor haven't won at it yet.
Yeah, I
It,
don't know. I got Victor maybe changing. I don't know though.
you know, I'm a big crap talker. I just talk crap regardless.
It's good. It's okay.
And so, I talk crap to the Canadians, but man, my heart goes out for you guys because, like for whatever reason, I feel like on average you guys are better arm wrestlers.
I've heard
And
that. I've heard
I,
that.
I
That's the
believe I
truth.
believe that seriously. But in the North American rankings, at least in the hook, which is all I look at. I mean, the arm fighter and what else is there? There's a few other ones, I guess. Arm fighter might be American only, but nonetheless,
Yeah, Arm
uh,
Fighter is U.S. only. Arm Fighter is, yeah.
which
Yeah.
that's gay, but whatever.
Airs and In the Hook is North America.
Airs is like more of like a
Rating.
participation thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like
a
it's a
participant. Yeah, it's you get points for how much you compete and stuff like that.
yeah. So that's kind of weird, but
It's kind of
whatever.
weird. It doesn't really truly tell you who the best is. It tells
Because
you who the most consistent is, I guess.
isn't Wallace Dilly ranked above Devin Larratt?
In airs, yes, I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, what are we talking about? Wallace
Because
Dilly slobbers at the table. Like he's gonna get the slip every time
oh yeah,
because he literally like slobbers on his hand, and
yeah,
it's hard to hold on.
I've
But
heard that before. You know what? There's some biological warfare that goes on in these matches. I've heard a few things.
So
You know,
you're
people
saying I should
greasing
just,
up their
before I
hand.
come up to the table, I should start going.
Well, there's guys. Well, you know
I mean,
what?
if you were to spit on that thing, I mean, is there anything wrong with it?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what's crazy?
But the Canadians, like Brian, like I know that you are trying to crack into the top 20 in supers,
I
and
want
you were
him,
talking about pulling
Sonny.
Sonny,
Yeah.
and I'd reached out to Sonny, and he was like, "Well, I'm retired doing
He didn't
motocross
say
racing."
that to me, but that was months ago. That might have been 8 months ago. I messaged him. So.
Yeah, and so you've got guys like Saray Brown and Dustin Tomlinson, and like they've cracked the top 20, but then they're like, "Oh, I'm tired of being fat or whatever."
Oh yeah,
And
and then
so
they want to get light and thin. Yeah.
yeah, so they're not going to compete in the supers again, so they're not,
Well, then really, technically, if I mean anybody like that, I mean, really, they should get knocked out of there, right? I mean,
Yeah, but I
or
mean, like, it's not like they have like an honorable mention to like fill in that spot. You know what I mean?
no, I know, but they should be. I know it should be something
Well,
where
like
they
say
get.
Sonny Gay for a fact. You go. He should be if he retires. He should call him and go, "Yo." He should give him a chance, a message going, "Hey, I'm retired. I'm not arm wrestling anymore. Take me off." The top 20."
Well, it was so. Listen, let me clarify. Just so, Sonny Gay had a video. It was on YouTube. It was like an event he pulled or something, and he was flashing. And I just said in the comment of the video, I said that I would love to have a chance to pull you and this and that. And then he replied, he says, "Come down to Kentucky anytime, buddy." That's what he said.
And
So
I
I was
fully believe that. But
yeah yeah.
Kentucky's a weird state, very
Mhm.
much so, that they have with a silent panel elected a guy who still pulls amateur to run the state rankings.
Mm.
And so there's all these like you could be ranked number one in the world
Yeah.
and not be ranked in Kentucky.
Oh.
Like currently I have foregone my Kentucky rankings because of all the weird bylaws that they've continued to
I know what
pass.
you're saying. You're
They,
saying I don't even care to be on it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they've um, like they literally set their rankings only at practices. And so
How's
it
that?
doesn't matter about, I don't know, it's like you've got to do a super match at a practice. And of course, the losing guy's always like, well, there's no certified refs. Why
No,
don't
you
we do
can't
this
do
at
it
a,
like that. You can't do it
yeah,
like that.
it's,
You
it's
have to have
weird.
certified refs for one. I don't
Yeah.
like doing if it's for a ranking. I'm not going to do it with uncertified refs, right? For one, I just watched a match today. It was Dustin Finley pulling Ben Brooks, which Ben
Yeah.
Brooks I'm pulling. I'm pulling him in February at the Armbender,
Oh, nice.
and Ben came off the pad like this far. Like he was under the table and going, and his elbow was coming down like this off the back of the pad.
Oh,
And
nice.
the ref was just sat there.
Yeah.
And it was 3 times, and it was like this far off the pad. Like he was down to here on his arm, on the pad, and they let it go and gave him the pin. They're like winner, and I was just like,
I've never been to a Kentucky practice because I'm a firm believer that, you run with a lame, you develop a limp. Uh, and so for that reason. But that's always the the
Well, it's just a
argument.
weird way to do the rankings, though. Like to do it that way, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I'm not trying to shit on it, so don't get me.
Tournaments count 0, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, but that.
Yeah.
So listen, I can understand that to a degree. Like I had a big argument here for a long time because it was like guys were so worried about their rank they weren't pulling. So that then what happened was is they go, you know, like me, I'm older. I could pull Masters and the Open. But
Yeah,
like, you know, I go pull Masters, and it's the same hard dudes in Masters as it is in the Open, and I
yeah,
get a couple wars, right? Now I go into the pro, right? And let's say a newer guy's in the pro, but I've already had 4 wars, right? And the guy gets a pin on me. Well, now all of a sudden, what? He's ranked 4th in Alberta. Like, like how does that work, right? So I never
right.
agreed with that, right? So what they did here, and it is a little better, is that the 1, 2, and 3 are locked in. So let's say you beat me. Let's say you were here, Tyler, and you pinned me in the tournament, and you said, "Listen, I just fucking pinned you. I want a super match." Then I have to say, "Yeah, okay." You know what I mean? I'll give you a super
Yeah.
match, but you don't get my rank because you pinned me in the tournament. Like, you know what I mean? That just sounds stupid, right? Like,
Is there an obligation to do so? Like if I
I
beat you in a tournament?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Well, then that makes sense to me. So 1, 2, 3. If
yeah,
I beat you in a tournament, obligation, you have to pull me next,
in the
or
super
so on.
match. Yeah,
Yeah, that
but I
makes
mean,
that
I
makes
wouldn't
sense.
have to unless you pinned me, though. But at the same time, there's the other hand too, where let's say you come pull me, I just pulled Josh Bell and all these guys that had wars, and now you pin me. You might be like, not you, but like somebody might be like, you know what? I don't think I can beat Brian fresh, but I got a pin on him. And then that's all it is, right? He won the tournament, whatever. He pinned Brian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
And to
doesn't
be honest,
necessarily mean you'll get challenged, right? Either, right?
we've like I know at our event, this is what we did, and I
Mm.
hope it catches on. I know that part of it is already caught on, but
Mhm.
like at our provincials, they did pros. Actually, they went like women's, which is fine, masters, grandmasters, senior grandmasters, pros, then amateurs. But
Yeah,
really,
never do it
it
now.
should go women, pros, masters, grandmasters, senior grandmasters,
It should
amateurs,
go that way.
because
I agree.
at the end of the day, most people that pull masters, grandmasters, or senior grandmasters all
Also
pull
pull
open
pros. Yeah.
usually, and the
Yeah,
pro is usually
the most
the
important.
main reason why they're there.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
These other
So
things are just side quests. So why
yeah,
do
we
people
won't
always
pull
put
amateurs
the
first.
masters and grandmasters above the pros? Like do it first, where you blow yourself up in those ones, and then when it gets to pros, you're not as good. So
Well, I
it
mean, I
should
can
always
see grandmasters maybe because maybe they can't make it 8, 9 hours if they're 60 years old. You know what I mean?
yeah they
But
can.
masters, yeah. But I know what you're saying. But either
Most of
way,
the grandmasters still there's only like 1 or 2 guys that
no,
actually
I
pull
know, I agree.
grandmasters
Well, you can
that don't pull
okay,
the pro division.
but you know what? We did make the right steps because now amateurs aren't pulling first anymore. So
Yeah.
like we got sick and tired here in Alberta. We put it in our dues. You know what I mean? We pulled. We're pros. We go to all the events. So now amateurs have to wait, and the reason we do it is so that way they can watch and learn too. So
Yeah.
the amateurs are there. They now they get to watch the pros. And I'm going to say I'm a firm believer of it because we had an event. Remember the Uzbekistan event, Cody? Well, during that event, we had a 4-time WAF world champion there. You remember that Dimitri guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I watched him, and I was watching how he was setting up at the table. Like this is going back a few years, right? I was watching how he set up at the table and everything. I went to the table and I set up like him when it was finally my turn, and boom, I got my first flash pin. I actually learned something by sitting there watching. So I said, you know what? We paid our dues. The amateurs need to learn anyway, so they can sit and watch the pros pull. And guess what? They're going to get more out of it anyway because they're going to be able to learn from us. They'll get to see how we posture at the table, how we set up differently. They'll see that if I'm against a hooker, I'm one way at the table. If I'm against a top roller, I'm set up differently at the table. They'll get to see and learn all that shit, right? So
Yeah.
like, I think I don't. So many places are so worried about people leaving and not staying, spending money, that they need to just stop that and say, no, amateurs do not pull first, they pull last. They're amateurs, right? The pros pull first. That way the pros are fresh, because the most entertaining matches are going to be the pros anyway. And do we want them tired waiting 8 hours to pull, or do we want them fresh and on the table? Like, that's what you want, right? So it's both.
90% of people
Yeah,
are going to stay for the after pulls
yeah,
because
exactly.
that's when the stress comes off.
Yeah,
I just get to have fun and arm wrestle. You know what
right.
I mean? Like,
It's true. It's true.
and so yeah, I don't think
And
that
like
that's a
Brian,
good
you
thing.
pull masters and you pull
Yeah,
pros.
I
When
do. I
you go
pull
to a
both.
tournament, which one are you wanting to do better in when you do it?
So certain tournaments, I won't pull
No, but just
masters.
on general, not just individual cases, just on general. You wanted to probably do better in the open class than you do in the master
Yes,
class.
I do. I do. I do. Yeah.
So that's why I think at the end of the day, most arm wrestlers that can pull masters or grandmasters or senior grandmasters also pull the open. Most of them,
There's times
and
where the
most,
masters, depending on who's in the masters, I use it as a warm up for the pro too. You know what I mean? Like, it's if it's like, depending on who's in the master class, I can actually gain, because it's not so demanding on my arm, and that I actually feel like it helps me. But there's other times where it hurts me for the pro too, right? So
I've seen from just being your friend and like watching, I've seen it hurt you more than it benefited you.
yeah, it helps. Yeah, I've had it work the other way a couple times, but you're right. A lot of the times it screws me, because it's a lot of the same
So that's
guys in the
yeah,
masters.
that's
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I always say that the very first people that can the pull is let's go. Even if you go youth, like kids, you go kids first because I missed saying that before. You can go kids, women's, pros, masters, grandmasters, senior grandmasters, amateurs. I think is kind of the best solution because like kids are. It's hard to keep kids focused.
Cody, it's okay. You hate women and old people. We get it. It's
Yeah, I
he
said
doesn't.
women go first.
Cody
Come on.
doesn't like women's arm. He's not a big fan of women's arm wrestling. It's the truth.
oh my
But I mean,
goodness.
we like the fact they're doing it. But the thing is I get it, because we've tried so hard to grow the woman, and even letting them pull for free, it doesn't change anything. Like, we don't get
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So we've tried the no entry fee for women and stuff like that, but it doesn't change anything. Like,
Yeah, they're going to compete if they're going to compete.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I
20,
just want to
30,
say that
50 bucks doesn't make the difference.
I'll shit on it. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. What was he talking about? Yeah,
I have no idea.
he was talking to us. I'm not sure.
He's
But
not talking to. He's probably talking to his children.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is clearly the most intelligent thing this guy's viewed all day. But seriously though, is this the biggest arm that Paul Passmore's ever grabbed a hold of? Though
That's what
seriously.
we need to do. You know what? That's what we. You know what? I wanted to shift into that. It's so easy to get kind of wandering. We do it all the time, man. So
Hey,
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Paul Passmore, yeah, like, I think this is a really good opportunity for you to shine, and I think it's the match, man, because he's been crushing. He's been crushing it, and I actually didn't know. I've seen some of your pulling now. I didn't see a lot of you before we started talking.
yeah.
But I think this match is fire, and yeah, I don't know.
I,
You know where he's going, and I
I
don't know.
would think it's fair to say that I'm not as good as Paul at setting the hook against everyone, but I am as good as Paul, and then of course I believe better than Paul in the hook once we get there.
Well, it'll
And
go there quick. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm ready to go there with him. Um, and I was on Craig Soublier's
yeah,
podcast, and he said, "Do you have a dream match?" And of
yeah,
course, anybody that's close with me knows, they knew what I was going to say, and I was like, "I want Paul Passmore in the hook."
yeah,
And
yeah,
then he messages me the next day, and he goes, "Are you serious about that?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you make 242?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
yeah.
And so of course I was 241 flat this morning, and he said, this much put down or whatever. And then I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. And then, so he tells me, well, I've got a match with Brad Grundy next month. Well, then the very next day, Brad Grundy doing, the mission trip that he does with as sweet as he is, married some woman out in Uganda or whatever. I'm only halfway kidding about this.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and so something about the visa during August 29th or whatever.
And you
Uh,
can't.
they can't, that just lined up funny. And so they're
Yeah,
like, it's between you and Marcio Barbosa.
yeah,
And I was like, well, Marcia Barbosa is natural, and you don't want that guy,
yeah,
because he competes
yeah,
at the
yeah,
Natty.
yeah,
And
yeah.
clearly, you look at his forehead and you scream natural.
It's so
But
natty. Yeah, he's the most
he,
natty looking guy I've ever seen. Yeah.
they're like they're like Adam Warzinski versus Sandra Cedrus, and they're like natural. And I was like, okay. And then they're
Yeah.
like, what is it? Marcio Barbosa, Natty Bros or Natty Daddies or whatever. And I was like, okay,
I don't
we
think so.
might as well have Arson Liliev in here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, he should come back anyway. Fuck yeah.
yeah, no doubt.
I think the thing is he can't do nothing now, right? Because his health, right? So that's
Yeah,
why
I
he
think
couldn't make a
so.
comeback. Yeah,
But it
yeah,
was he crossed the Godfather, Igor Mazurenko, right? And that was
yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Well, yeah, but he could come back now. I mean, but he
and
doesn't. Arthur Liliev does not look in it now. I mean,
I will kiss the ring, Igor. There's no disrespect whatsoever.
yeah,
So
yeah.
don't
Oh, you
get
know
I'm
upset.
curious.
what? Igor
What do
did
you
a
guys
lot
think?
for the sport. So yeah,
I was going to say, let's just say mid-class pro to elite. What percent of arm wrestlers do you think don't take gear?
I think
20%.
everybody takes gear.
I think
Like,
anybody
I'd say
serious,
maybe
really serious.
5%. Five
No,
from mid, like our level of pro to like elite. Maybe 5% doesn't take something.
Hey, I don't do it
I might be
unless,
like 10. Yeah,
unless you do.
I've always been open about my TRT. I've always been on it. So
I've always,
I'm
I've
old. I'm an
never,
old
I've never.
man. Listen, I'm an old man, and I would just seize up and rot if I didn't go on TRT. So I
They
went
say
on TRT to feel healthy. Not
we
it
have
wasn't
so
for arm wrestling.
we have so many endracrine disruptors in our system now
We
that
do, we do,
and
and yeah, I
but
was just gonna say that. Yeah, the
strength.
water, the fluoride, and all the crap they put in shit, and the
Oh
food,
yeah.
everything. It's all estrogenic, right? And
I'm about to grab my pitchfork right now, brother. But
it.
but saying I'm natty but on TRT is like saying I'm California sober.
Hey,
I
no,
don't,
hey, I'm not saying I'm natty. I'm not even saying
no,
that.
no, but that's the thing is
Yeah.
like, well, I only do TRT. It's like, yeah, me too.
Well, I do. I keep it low for health reasons. I'm older. I'm trying to. I use testosterone to be healthy and hopefully
Yeah,
get longevity because low T. I'm sorry, when guys have low T, nothing's good. Your health is not good with low T. You're not
I've
going to be healthy.
never, I've never claimed to be natural. I'm not. I'm like I don't. It's not something I'm ashamed to admit. Because to me, and when it comes to sports, I'm very much of the mindset: do whatever you can to be the best. I don't care what you got to do to be it. Like these people that test for like the NHL, baseball, and all these people, I was like, let them do it all. Let them
So
do as
just
much as
if
they
it's a
want.
fan sport, why do you even do it? Why do you even
yeah,
test?
I don't care.
Yeah,
It's weird to me whenever guys will enter strength sports and they'll say, well, yeah, but he uses such and such and such, and I'm like,
well, who
well,
cares
yeah,
what he uses? Yeah,
that should be expected. It's performance
yeah.
enhancing drugs.
Your
Like,
body still has maxes. So, and listen, I'm going to tell people right now, you can jab yourself with all the shit in the world. If you're not putting in the work, and you only get results with hard work. It
I mean,
doesn't
look at
matter. It
Andre
doesn't matter.
Smaev, right?
Yes, look at that guy. He's daddy for sure. Fuck.
I mean, he's as
How
big as
big he
can
is?
be. He's got some of the
He's
strongest arm
crazy.
wrestling lifts in the world. But then on the table, he looks like, ooh, like,
Well,
and then,
yeah, because he's not really. He's doing it just for. He won. Social media pays his bills. So the bigger he looks, and the more animal like he looks, like a gorilla, the more money he'll make, and the more clicks he gets on his videos. But it pays the bills too. So who am I to say what he's doing is wrong? Right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's feeding his
I seen a
family.
photo.
Like
I think it was today. I seen a photo of him on his Facebook, and it's like he dressed up as the Juggernaut, and the fucking guy actually looks like the Juggernaut. Like he had the big steel helmet on and like the prison onesie on kind of thing, and the fucker looks like the Juggernaut, man.
No, I thought that he was getting off social media because somebody leaked his stuff.
Hey, Candy.
Like his,
Candy's like, I got Paul winning, of course, but it's
oh
definitely
my
going to be a
gosh,
crazy match.
Candy,
you
hear me out. There's no bigger Paul Passmore fan than Tyler Chapman, and he knows that. I've told him that for years, and that's the reason I called him out. I have no more respect for you guys, or no more respect for anyone else than I do for the Passmore family, and I look forward to meeting you guys. I'm incredibly excited about that.
Great. Yeah. Oh, they're good. They're good. They've always been really good to me. They're nice people. Yeah. Paul's a nice guy. We keep talking about eventually hooking up. It's like do some training. I wouldn't mind gripping up. I've never gripped up with him, so it'd be pretty cool. And I'm trying. I'm actually not the strongest inside guy. I'm strong inside, but my natural since I started pulling has been backing out. Or
you're like 6'13", right?
I'm 6'3.5" or something.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, it makes. But my arm is short though. I have a short arm, so it's kind of weird because even though I'm tall, my elbow to fingertips 20 inches, just under like 9. You know,
I'm what is it? I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
But I've got a 6'1.5". Yeah, I've got a 6'1.5" wingspan.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you have a really good deadlift.
You know, because of a car accident when I was 17, I had a really good squat. My best deadlift was like 6.25, but I had a 700-pound squat, and so
But back then, I bet your deadlift was better than your bench, because usually people that have a bigger wingspan than their height are better at deadlifts than if you have a shorter wingspan than your height, you're better at bench, because it's all about path of travel. So if your wingspan is longer, you don't have to bend down as much to pick up the weight in your deadlift. But if your wingspan is shorter, you got to bend down more. Same with bench. If it's shorter, you got less travel here.
Shoulder distance, to lock it out.
So for me, it was a pelvic tilt issue. I couldn't actually get my glutes firing, and so I couldn't actually finish the deadlift for that reason. So I had a 475 bench press, and then I had a 625 deadlift, 700-pound squat, and my favorite was I had a 355 push press, and so I really like training. Yeah, so like with leg drive, you know.
Oh, okay.
But
I've never got to numbers like that. But you know what I love hearing? These tall guys talk about having a short lever.
Yours isn't that bad for your height though.
Elbow to fingertip, I'm 19 inches.
Okay, so I'm a little bit longer than you. So
yeah.
I'm from elbow to fingertip, I'm like 18 and a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
But I think the short lever sometimes, I don't know, man. If it's just a little bit shorter than me, I love it because I feel like that's just the perfect leverage for me to get on top, like back and on top. But if it's like a lot shorter than me, I have a hard time sometimes. I don't know why. Maybe because they can just start like this and I'm kind of brought down a bit. But I've been working on that too. So I used to let the ref hit my elbow back, and then now you're like fucking opened up. So I don't do that anymore. Second he starts bitching about that, I bring my elbow this way.
Yeah.
And it works great because now while your force when you're hitting on go is going right down into the pad, and I'm kind of getting the defense in immediately if you're quicker than I am.
What's your wrist to fingertip?
And so it's 8.5 inches. So from this line here, to my middle fingers.
I never measured that.
We're really close because like mine's 8. Like mine's 8 from fingertip to wrist, and then from elbow to fingertip is
and he's got 3/4 of an inch on you in the arm. So you guys are not far off.
I feel like at 5'7" though, 8 inches, on a hand is pretty.
Cody's hand's not that small. No, it's not.
I see, but if you really look at it, it's mostly palm. I got short and stubby fingers.
Yeah.
I'm mostly palm.
You got more fingers. Yeah, you got more fingers, Tyler.
Yeah.
So
I was always really good at the grippers. Whenever they're like, I was like, oh, I'm so good at the grippers, and then I get into arm wrestling, and they're like, nobody trains grippers. It sucks. Don't do it. And I
You
was
don't
like,
want to hold on. Well, there's a time and place to have a good grip in arm wrestling. Like somebody that just came in the chat, that Sheldon Tefranenko, his fucking hand, like I said, at nationals or at provincials, I caught him way down here and then I dragged him back like this, but he was able to just grip my hand. It was so strong, and it
yeah.
just went wham, like the second hit he did on me. It was all because of his grip. Like he just held onto my hand. I wanted the strap, right?
Well,
So he
and,
wouldn't let
this
me.
is a guy that has an incredibly strong grip for his weight class and things like that. And I really like him, except for his face and his personality and the way he talks and things like that. But is Herman Stevens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He likes to hold on. That guy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
all he's right here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to the
He's a
strap.
great guy. I just hate everything about him. Like
I
I
wanted,
love, I
and
love the way
I don't like his mustache either.
I have
I
to
wish he
learn.
would just.
I think I got to learn from Tyler. Yeah, that's you know what? That's how I'm going to do it from now on. Yeah,
It's the backhanded compliments. You get them
yeah,
all
yeah. It's
right.
great. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, yeah. I
No,
got to get better at that. Yeah. So okay. So we got Paul coming up. Do you have? Is that all your focus right now is next weekend, and then just
yeah,
take it from there after the match?
yeah, pretty much so. So like, so I get in weird places. So it's 2 days before my dad's birthday,
Okay.
and like I said, my dad died about 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and so like on repeat, I'm listening to Teddy Atlas talking to the
Okay.
Ukrainian boxer, saying, we can bring your dad back, and so
Hmm.
I'm like, Paul Passmore is trying to keep my dad from coming back
There
to
you
life.
go. That's what.
So like I get in
That's
this
what
weird
push.
mindset so that like
Yeah.
whenever I hit him, I'm just like, I'm just
Yeah.
ripping through
actually,
everything that
I
I
don't
can.
know if I know what you're talking about. What is so? What is it?
So Teddy Atlas is given this like he's got this Ukrainian boxer. He talks to the translator. He goes, repeat everything that I say. And so he says to him, he goes, uh, his dad had died in the prep for that fight, and so the Ukrainian boxer was kind of lackluster, maybe, you
Not
know,
all there. Yeah.
yeah, just behind on the scorecards. And he goes, we can bring your dad back tonight. And he goes, because if whenever you win this fight, he goes, not only are they going to be talking about his son, they're going to be talking about the new world champion. And so in doing so, they're going to be bringing legacy to to your father.
Nice.
And
Nice. Yeah, that's a
and
good
so
way of looking at it.
as I'm working out, I've got that on repeat, and I'm listening to that
Is
over and over and over and over
is this
again.
a
Oh,
movie?
you're in trouble, Paul.
What
No,
No,
is
no.
this
this?
is
He's a real coach, boxing
I have
coach.
never heard this. I kind of want to look
yeah.
that up and listen to
Teddy
it.
Atlas kind of got he was Mike Tyson's coach, kind of got
Yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
kind of got the eye, and him and Tyson's got some bad blood or whatever. But yeah, so like I play that, and then my walkout song for that event is mine and my dad's workout song.
Oh, fuck yeah. Nice.
And so like whenever I know his is when the bell tolls. And
Okay.
so I listen to
So
that during my workouts too, so that whenever it's time to listen to When the Bell Tolls for Metallica, like it's death time, So,
mine's Limp Bizkit rolling. Yeah.
oh, I love that. That's awesome.
That's been my walkout song ever since Montana at the Arm Bender or the Arms-A-Geddon, and I've used that song. That song just gets me pumped. It's
Yeah,
just like
man.
dun, 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 and I think rolling, rolling. I just picture myself rolling. You know what I mean? Like
He's like rolling, rolling. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just picture wham, wham. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you watch a lot of my highlights, I like to boom like this. I like just go sideways, and I like to roll over. And anyway, yeah, I love that
This
song.
right here.
Yep,
Yeah, that's it. That's her. Yeah, absolutely.
yep,
Okay, I'll have to listen to that after because that's
yeah,
pretty dope.
yeah,
You
yeah.
still have your father,
Motivational
Cody?
speeches.
I do, but there's a lot of stuff there.
Well, go
I don't
hug him.
mind saying it. He lives in another town and he lives on
Yeah,
the street and
not
he's
cool.
in depth with a lot of the drugs and stuff like that. And
Well, maybe God will ransom from that. Maybe that would be a blessing, man. That'd be awesome. Because
Yeah,
my father died in federal prison. His name was El Jefe, and but in the last couple years of his life, he was going to seminary, and the majority of our conversations was about biblical studies and things like that. So,
Okay.
uh, you know, he was tougher than woodpecker lips growing up, man. Don't get me wrong, but man, we were able to ransom that relationship, and we had a good place toward the end there.
Well,
And
that's
and
good.
so
It's really good.
Paul Passmore wants to keep him from coming back. So
Yeah.
we,
So yeah, I'm feeling bad. I'm starting to already feel bad for Paul Passmore.
You know
Yeah.
what I've been really using for that I didn't really realize that it kind of gets me going is like I'm a new father. Like it's been a year and a half now, but it's my
congratulations, brother.
it's my only. I got two stepsons, which I love dearly, but yeah, I got
Absolutely.
my year and a half boy, and yeah, there's times where I'm looking across this table from someone, and in my eyes, like if I don't win, they're gonna hurt. Like something's
You're
gonna
gonna
happen
hurt
to
my
my
family. You're hurting my family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. And like it sometimes brings tears to my eyes thinking about it. Like I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
sad and
Yeah.
like angry. Like it's crazy how much your mind can mess with you. And
So
like
we're
You're
doing
right. Your mind's a powerful thing.
we're doing this on my dad's birthday, by the way. It's 2 days off, so
2 days off.
yeah.
So yeah. Oh
so
wow.
if Paul across from me here is, like, my dad's coming back, Paul, what are you fighting for? You know
Oh
what
no. Yeah. He better start looking up his motivational
I mean?
speeches. Yeah.
No, Paul's a
Yeah.
monster. He's one of my favorite
He
American
is.
arm wrestlers for a reason.
He is. He. I watch all. He's like a steel. Like his tendons are steel cables. Like
Yeah, he loses
he's.
his hand, he'll
Yeah,
lose
but
his wrist,
but
and then
not.
he's
But
still
this arm
driving.
angle. How many times do you actually see his arm angle get like this?
Oh
Now
yeah.
I see. I've seen some shit, right? Like when I watch, right? But I'm always impressed watching him. And then I think, well, why didn't Buddy do this, right? Or when you see things, because you're on the outside looking in, you're not feeling it, but you're seeing it. So I definitely see holes there, like I was talking earlier.
Sure.
But he's going to be a
Everybody
tough match for you, and you're going to need all the motivation that you can dig up, buddy. So, um,
everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth, right?
yep, no, for sure. And I think this match is going to be awesome. And Paul's been pulling. He pulls quite often now. Like he's pulling every 6 weeks to 2 months.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he's pulled this will be 3 times in a month, I
He
believe. I
pulled
believe he pulled,
Joe Meek last 2 weeks, a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks
and
ago.
then he pulled that tournament left and right handed at
Yeah,
Sendon, same night.
yeah.
And then he pulled my boy Greg Cass, which, by the way, I know Greg is kind of a under the radar kind of guy, but reach out to Greg Cass. That dude is phenomenal. Like 16 months into the sport, and he's about to pull Roger Cunningham for number 4 in North America. So
Who's he pulling?
he's
Ron-
pulling Roger Cunningham.
Oh, Cunningham. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's that guy. That guy is. He's so weird. Like the way he pull, the way his lankiness and everything about him. You think he would just be a top roller, but that guy likes it in there tight.
He reminds me of a young Devon with his like real
Yeah.
dexterous like high hook that he does.
Yes. 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 I would agree. I would
Because
agree.
I don't like one of the things that makes me dangerous in a hook. This is as far as my supination goes,
Yeah. Yeah. That would
and
do
so
it.
like guys will hit, and like that's been that way. Good old white trash, DNA. That's been that way my whole life. So like whenever you go to hand me change, I
I'm
have to
only
go.
going to get you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, me
You
too.
know.
Look at this. This is my hand. Ready? This is my
Yeah.
pronation, and then my supination.
Yeah.
Well,
And so like if you can
I'm
get
about
any
the
kind of,
same. I don't have much either. Why is that?
it's because our fathers never loved us. You guys are. This is a therapy. This,
My pronation and everything I do is pronated. Even when I'm hooking, I'm pronated even in my hook. Like
Like
yeah,
my
me
cousin,
too. I'm like pow, 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 pow,
yeah,
pow.
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
my cousin, I told him I was like, put your hand beside you, and then I was like, go like this, and like his hand goes from like this to like this without moving his body. But I'm like, okay, ready? I was like, bam, bam. I was like, I got like what's that, 45 degrees of rotation?
Yeah, I don't really have much either. That's it. And well, yeah, yeah. And see, even like I train the ulnar chop. I really in the strap. I love to ulnar chop, but I don't it. most people that work on down pressure have like heavy supination. I don't
Yeah.
really have that at all, but I like the down pressure. And when my wrist comes up, it allows me to actually get more, go over top of their hand. Just, it's really weird. By chopping down, it allows me to get the height. So,
Yeah, me too. I've
yeah,
never, maybe it's a shortcoming of mine, but
yeah.
I never train supination. Like
Not
I very,
supination
well,
either.
I very rarely train it. I most all, I train ulnar chop and I train pronation either through the thumb, wrist, or high, high pronation because, I do a lot of, for a guy like, Matt Mask, I'm going to call him out next. No, I'm just kidding with you. I'm going to try to circumnavigate that on the rankings, but,
I don't think you can.
well, I
Oh
mean,
no,
I'm
No, he's
you
so
got to
light
go Brad
now.
Grundy. I said if you want to go around Matt, it's Brad Grundy is the only
Yeah, I've
other
already
option.
called out Brad Grundy. I'm like, I'm coming to Jacksonville and I'm gonna take you out. That's what I said. And
Oh,
so
Sean Crowther. Saw the
from
beginning of the podcast. I'm so sad that you still think it was all about bragging. I get you've never had a true friend before, but I tried showing you how sincere I was being. Yeah, yeah.
Sean,
You know what? I
Sean,
still don't
don't
see it that way. The way you said, yeah, but, yeah, yeah, I don't know what to
don't
say.
don't be a part of the rainbow people, Sean. This is not a therapy session. We love you, brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything's okay. This is a this is a safe space,
yeah.
brother.
Safe space. Yeah, yeah. No,
Nobody's hating on you, Sean.
no,
Only good things here.
no. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. Sean knows he was my friend, and I looked up to him, put him on a pedestal. Still do. He's an amazing puller.
That's exactly what you said. Yeah, I mean, what was he being weird about? Don't be a weirdo.
Well, because he did it. It's because he says he did it because other people were saying we're talking behind my back, and that he just wanted me to know that people are finding it cringe that I keep talking about being third, and and he was worried about me getting hurt. He said you're gonna pull someone too strong,
Oh,
and then you're gonna get hurt. And it's like, you know what? I mean, getting beat is getting beat. I mean, anybody that's able to pin me has a chance of me. And the only one that's hurting me is me, right? I always hurt myself,
right.
right?
You're a grown
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah, like
let you make your own decisions. This
yeah.
is
Even
silly.
when I did get hurt at nationals, when I did that stupid press too early, I tore my own elbow apart. Like I ripped it to shit, right? Like
Yeah.
anyway, you know what? Much love, brother. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I still see it differently. I don't know why it was an issue. I mean, I could have talked the world about it more than I did, and I don't see. You know what? Why couldn't I just enjoy the moment, right? Like you know what? If everyone
Yeah.
found it cringe, why didn't more people tell me? Like the only one that ever said anything was you. So,
Where's Sean from?
he's Red Deer guy. He's been my teammate for 4.5 years. So,
Quit being a weirdo,
yeah, we
Sean.
got to just move past it now. I agree. I agree.
I
So,
don't have anything to say there. I don't know.
yeah, I
It,
don't
it,
know. It,
I don't have a good stand in there either. So, anyways,
yeah, oh no, I know that. But
We can all just agree that Logan Bittinger is the weakest dude in
yeah,
arm
fuck
wrestling.
that guy. You know what? Logan Bidinger is actually a really good puller, but you know what? He's such a fucking I can't stand the guy. I supported him. I thought he was, he never really pinned Devin from the video I seen. I thought it, but either way, I thought good for you, buddy. You know what I mean? You're an up and comer. And all it took was for me to say one thing. He was pulling Todd Hutchings on the left, and he was doing really good. And I said, oh, that's good. I said, how'd you do on the right? And I said it like just to see, like maybe you did good too on the right. Oh, you're gonna discredit all my hard work and everything, and blah blah blah.
Oh my
Said I was a fucking hater, and then he deleted my comments and shit. And then I just said, well, you're a
goodness.
baby, man. I don't like
This
you anymore. So
this is what happens whenever you're raised by women and then they tell you you're special. Anything you do is special, honey.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
whatever.
yeah,
Uh,
either way,
he he owes me. I told him that, because he said that I couldn't beat him, because we did an after pool where, he wanted to jump in on an after pool. You know, typical to Logan.
Yeah.
He wants to get the camera involved after you do a right-handed match, and he hasn't pulled right-handed. He's like, well, let's do an after pull. And then I beat him in a hook. I beat him in a press. I beat him in a top roll. And I was trying to feel his strength, and I was like, it's just not there. I
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
I can't fabricate the strength if it's not there. And I'm sure I'm sure his left would murder
Yeah,
mine,
his
but
left's
his
good.
right,
Yeah.
My right steals his left's
Yeah,
lunch,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so what are we going to do about that? But anyway, he said that he owes me flowers if I beat Paul Passmore.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have a we have a standing agreement on what kind of
Well,
flowers I want. So don't you
yeah,
forget it, Logan.
don't forget Logan. Well, he's weird, right? Because I just defriended him because I don't want this back and forth. Like I don't like it. So I'm like, he was the first one in my life I defriended. So I defriended him, and I was so sick of looking at his posts. So I just started, where you can like ignore or don't show me this anymore on Facebook and shit. So I did that, and I
Yeah.
thought, okay, everything's good. Like I still wish him the best and that whatnot, and he's doing good. He's like, listen, I'm not going to beat up on him. I just personally don't like him much. But he messages me after he beat Pork Chop, and he's like, "Do you still think it's an easy day for Pork Chop?" And I'm like,
Oh
really?
my
I'm
God.
like,
You know what's the best? I'll tell you right now. The whole best thing about Brian not liking Billinger thing is the chat, because
Yeah.
the chat almost every podcast
yeah,
will
brings
say
it up.
something about Billinger just to get Brian going, and like they're like, "Oh, Brian ran time."
Hey,
That's
hey,
my
listen.
favorite part
I'm
about
not
it.
saying he's
Yeah,
not. I'm not saying he's not a great left-handed arm
yeah,
wrestler, but like that's like saying I've got the fastest lawnmower. Like nobody
yeah,
cares.
yeah.
And
I love
you
it.
know,
Yeah, I agree.
and
Yeah,
it's just the thing. You got to look at the
yeah.
guy as he's like talking, and it's like I've heard that his mother would only feed him in the back seat, while she was driving because he was that. Said it would turn his stomach. It would turn her stomach. She couldn't finish her own dinner, so she would just feed him in the back seat.
Well, I mean,
But
I did say a lot, like, because he bugged me, because like I said, he went. I said one thing. How did the right go? And that turned into open season on Brian. So he just went
oh
after
my
me. Yeah, he went
gosh.
after me, and then like he even chased me in other chats. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, holy shit, buddy. Like anyway, and then I did. I made a comment about his GoFundMe. I'm like, yeah, rip off, fellow arm wrestlers so you can go pull here, and I said a bunch of shit. So yeah, yeah. I
Well,
guess
you
I'm a hater.
should,
I guess I'm a hater. But you know what? He did beat Porky on the left, and that was really impressive. I thought it was. I did think it was impressive. Pork Chop on the left is a beast. Like his
I'm pretty
left,
sure
no
our
joke.
chat has a list of like 5 or 6 things that they know. They bring it up in the chat, and Brian reads it. Brian's going on a little rant, and then like it makes it. It's like their goal, and I love it.
It
It's
is their
hilarious.
goal sometimes. They want Brian rant time, and then they wanted the snacks, the top 10 snacks, because I'm always munching on the. Well, I'm not lately. I've been.
he he reminds me of on Napoleon Dynamite, and he's like, is that a bicep vein? And he's like, oh my gosh, like he does this video. It's so
Yeah,
cringy.
I agree.
It's so funny.
Oh, he did.
But
Yeah,
Logan, just so you know, anytime $1,000 at 242, we can pull right-handed
yes,
like men,
he won't do that
and
on the right.
you can get this belt to that rear end one more time if you
There
want
you
it.
go.
Okay, $1,000,
Yeah,
242.
yeah, yeah. He likes to put up money now because he's a high roller. So he
Oh yeah,
needed
no
he
Well,
needed
doubt. I
to,
mean,
he did a GoFundMe only to like say that he doesn't pull for less than $1,000 now. So
well, I just was
we
this.
crowdfunded $1,000, and now I'm betting a thousand.
If
so
you beat
listen, the next
Passport,
yeah,
you're jumping right up to number 6 place in the hook rankings.
Sure.
yeah.
That's
But I
that's
don't
where
think
he,
it's
that's where
about
he is.
that.
Paul Passmore is ranked number 6, but you got
Yeah,
above that is Josh Miller, Roger
Cunningham.
Kingham,
Yeah,
and then Marcio Barbosa
Cunningham.
and Brad Grundy. Which, to be honest, we can all agree that Brad Grundy ain't beating Mad Mask right now.
Right now.
I would agree. I would agree right-handed. Yeah. But I have a contingent match with Grundy if I beat Passmore.
Okay.
Um, but I will say that the week after that I beat Passmore, um, I fully believe, and I will put money in, against anybody that wants to disagree with me, that Greg Cass will upset Roger Kingham.
Okay. Okay.
So Greg Cass, if you don't know,
Right.
about a
Good
month
for him.
ago
Yeah.
beat Paul Passmore, and then chose to stay in the 220 rankings, and then got the match with Roger Kingham for number
Yep.
4,
Yep.
right,
Number
Cody?
4.
Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah.
Who, Greg? What?
Roger King.
Roger Kingham is number 4. Is that correct?
In the 220 right-handed, it's right now Arson.
No,
Oh,
242.
242. Number 4 is Roger Kingston.
Yeah. So Greg has the match with Roger, and I fully believe that he'll upset him.
Okay.
Uh, and so, for so many reasons, I have tons of respect for Roger, and I think he's an awesome
Mhm.
puller. But I mean, what is it? He's 4 months out from being
Yeah.
clinically
Yeah.
dead,
That was
right? Like he'll,
fucked. Yeah. Arm wrestle
yeah.
just
And
dropped.
so,
Yeah.
yeah. What did he? He beat Josh Miller, number 5. And then he was in the tournament, and then literally his legs gave out, and then just literally
Yeah.
died, and had to have a quadruple
Bypass.
uh, bypass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nasty.
Jesus.
and so
Like I've fainted at the table one time, and like I was actually strapped up with Hugh Nutbrown. He's a guy we in our club, and I guess I didn't eat that enough that day, and I was really hungry, and I didn't really notice.
Hugh,
And we were
Hugh Nut Brown,
Yeah. His
huh?
name's
it's quite
Hunt
a name.
Nutbrown.
It's
Yeah.
quite a name. It's quite a name.
What
He's
a
a good
name!
puller too,
That's
man.
awesome.
He's a fucking deadly puller. Yeah.
But me and Hugh were go like redlining, and then like we stopped, and like I looked at Hugh, and my one hand's on the peg, and my other hand is strapped up to him, and he said I just go like this on the table.
Yeah.
He's like shaking me with the hand that's strapped together, trying to keep me from falling down. And I come to, and I'm standing at the table. I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "Dude, you just fainted." He's like, "I was tripping balls because he's like, we were strapped
On his
together. I
side.
couldn't get the strap off fast enough to help."
That's crazy.
What So what's the situation? Is anybody slowing down Mask? At your guys' training, or is he just running through
He
everybody?
runs through everybody.
You know what about Matt too? It's like I almost think sometimes if he pulled, like I haven't seen anybody run through him. And even when he was pulling Sergey, like Sergey Kalachenko was down, and they were practice
Yeah.
pulling all the time. Matt was just very calm, composed, and would still pin. Like Sergey got a few pins on him, but Matt would still just pin him. I almost think Matt might be stronger and better calm. I don't know. It's not him. It's not
Really?
him though. Like if he's not fired up and smashing people, then he's not there, right? But I just know that Matt always feels so fucking strong all the time. Yeah.
I would love to pull Matt, although I feel like stylistically it's not a great matchup for me. I'd love to pull Matt just for the simple fact of like I wouldn't have to um, control my intensity at the table,
Mhm.
because there's so often I'm trying to think like, gosh, I don't want to come across as like just an
Oh, you don't have to worry
absolute
about that because
butthole.
he'll outdo you.
Yeah, regardless of what intensity level I choose, he's going to be the
Yeah, yeah,
butthole.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Well, see, you just got to come down to Canada and pull some people down here.
Yeah. Well, he has a lot of
Hey,
practices. Yeah.
I would love to come to Canada. Find somebody to pay for me to go out there. They've got all these five children. They get hungry every day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
How
know
dare
what?
they
There
come
is
to me
some things
every day?
coming,
Like,
and yeah, no, we have ideas floating and some big things coming. We did do a big event, but it was kind of a money loss, but that's okay. It was still a really good event, and we're working on some big things, which we're not going to say yet, right, Cody?
no, is it?
But
Yeah, it's the one that we were
it's
thinking
in the
about.
works, though. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a good. It's going to be really, really. I'm excited to hopefully get it going. It's going to be a
but
next year thing,
yeah, we have to
but
just select the sponsors. That's what it really comes down to.
I do think it'll be probably
It,
one of the best things for arm wrestling in Alberta when it comes to for the pullers.
Yeah.
of course, like obviously I become more marketable. I win over Paul, which God bless you, Paul. But if you can find a way to cover my travel out there, I am like, not only do I want to travel to Canada, my wife would move to Canada, and I've always wanted to go to Canada and move and train
Well,
with you guys.
we
So
might be separating soon, so you might have to move to here only for us to leave Canada. So
what's that? You guys are leaving Canada, huh?
Alberta, we're trying. Yeah.
The likely, I'd say, in my, like, don't get me wrong, I'm okay with it going either way, but like the likelihood of it happening is like 20%.
I think we should, but I'm pro. I'm pro.
By the
Uh,
way, what's our canned sparkling water? That's our big sponsor.
Oh, it's
oh,
just water.
Legend
Legend.
Water.
Legend
Legend.
water.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
20-inch arms, 19-inch forearms, and that's all I drink is Legend water. By the way, guys,
Nice. Yeah. It's how
Yeah.
champion. It's how legends are made.
this is a 4XL tank top,
He's just massive.
just huge.
Yeah. Well, you
Now,
got me on the
Paul,
biceps. Mine are only when I'm pumped. I'm only 19 and a half pumped.
I
So.
haven't measured since I was a fat boy, so I have no
Oh.
idea. But your AI does me wonders. Paul Passmore was worried about my size, though. He was insisting upon a day of weigh-in.
Okay. Day of.
Yeah,
Yeah. Usually the night before is fine.
he
You
would
know,
not do a night before.
Really?
got down to
No,
220s one
he
time.
was very serious about that.
Well, you know
And that
what?
was
I think, you know what? I understand why, I guess, in a way, is because he used to be heavy and he's so disciplined and strict on making weight. Like, that's
yeah,
been, I know that's one of his biggest things. So I think he expects it. He's just a thing of his. Yeah. Probably
well,
goes with it.
Chance Shaw told me that it would be for the ranking regardless, if even if I did the day before.
Yeah.
But just to just out of respect for Paul
Yeah. If that's what he wants. Yeah.
and to appease him, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm bringing the wood regardless. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I like to know that the athletes are hydrated and fed good and everything before the match, so you get the best match and you don't have to worry about any health issues and stuff like that. So I
yeah,
actually think it's safer.
I've already got a nice little, I don't know, like a mid muscle bicep tear in there.
Yeah,
I don't want any more, but no tendon damage. So
yeah,
that was
yeah.
back
Muscle
in.
tears happen. Yeah,
Yeah, who cares?
yeah,
It's
yeah. They're
just
not
all
bad.
gristle.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. So you're saying you get your way. You beat Paul Passmore next week.
Yeah.
Then you're like, you think you'll want at least you want a good little bit of a training camp for Grundy though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, those are two different guys.
Yeah, totally different. Oh yeah, yeah, totally different.
As a matter of fact, had I just to challenge myself, I chose to pull Paul in a hook every round because obviously that's not the way that you beat Paul. Um,
No,
but
not
but
usually.
I feel pretty confident about beating him in a hook. But my attack to beat Grundy, who is knuckles straight to the ceiling, and then doesn't have he's more hand than he is arm. Is that fair to say without
Yeah.
talking too much crap?
Oh, definitely. Well,
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, his arm's there, but it's his hand. I would say is his weapon.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he in the setup and everything, he's fighting for that high hand and things like that. Of course, I mean, I was incredibly surprised at what he did to Matt Mask.
Yeah,
Uh,
we
you know,
disabled him. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it was, which I've had that experience with, being I'm sure Cody, I don't know how your posting top roll is, but, I've had guys like, you guys know who Mike Ennis is, for instance?
not ringing a bell.
There's some videos out there of him and
Mm.
Devin pulling, in like, some kind of deal, but Mike is like the 6'6", 360 guy,
Oh, okay, Josh
and
Like, yeah.
yeah, huge guy. He wears bibbed overalls, long blonde hair. We pulled at nationals, and so he's a top roller. He used to be a flop wrestler and then ended up damaging some elbows,
Yeah.
and so he has to low hand me. Well, when
Okay.
he goes to
So
low
long.
hand me, I've got everything in the world that I want,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally jerked him on the other side of the table. But, there's guys that,
Mm-hmm.
would maybe give me more of a challenge that, maybe struggle with Ennis, because
Well,
he's a very tricky puller, very strong puller.
a low hand. If I'm going against most hookers, I'll
Yeah.
use a low hand too, but I'll use a modified low hand, where I won't necessarily set up in a low hand. It's just my movement is the same as a low hand. It's like
Yeah.
popping back, allowing them to hit in and me get their hand. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not a low hand like I'm coming in like this. It's like where I'll set up normally capped, but I'll come kind of like this around, where I'll let
Yeah.
them go and I'll come on and I'll come over top, right? But if you're a
That,
pronated hooker, I'll just go high knuckle if I can, and that way hopefully I can just go right over top of the hand on the go. But
yeah.
then again, it depends on the ref and the setups, because I did notice when we were in Montana, there's a little bit of Wild West where they let the refs kind of let you start carved a bit, and I don't like starting carved because I'm a hand guy and I don't want to, and I do want to take that hand. I want to start where my wrist is perfect like this. I don't want to
Yeah.
be like this. Like starting a little bit cocked like that, I hate it. You
Well,
would
that's
love
good
it,
to
Rob. Yeah,
that's good to know,
yeah, yeah.
because
Oh
I
yeah,
don't like starting carved unless you do.
yeah. I don't like carbs. No, no,
But I
no.
with because like you were saying with my posting, with my arm because it's so short. Usually when I'm set up, I'm like this. I'm almost straight up and down. Like my knuckles are
Exactly. Yeah.
to the sky.
Because his arm's a little short, so he's usually got the shorter lever. So the other guys come down to him. Cody's up like this, and then just hits, bam, right?
You know how much I was able to get on the over the finger riser from the ground before, let's see, maybe I was 8 months into the sport. I was able to get 110
That's really good.
over the finger. And
Yeah,
so, uh,
that's
if I,
statically. Is that static?
yeah, static lift, pow, at
It's
a
so
90
really
degree.
Are you keeping it like this or are you lifting it like this?
No, I'm keeping it, I have
Yeah, you're
to,
keeping
because like I get a bunch of owner pain,
good. Yeah, I get
if
pain
I
here
let,
too. In here,
yeah, if I let mine collapse.
yeah, I can't let
Um,
it collapse. It hurts. That's why I.
I think I have my 105. You can check it on my YouTube and I don't know other maybe
That's
my
crazy.
TikTok.
The second you're going over 100 pounds on the riser, it's strong. Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah, and so that's not over the knuckles or over the back of the hand.
You're
This
going
is
you're going right down the center of the
how
fingers.
Devin was doing
Yeah,
it in 2023. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
see.
do it
I
two
always
ways.
go over the knuckle because I
I do it.
I like when I pull. I like to come through the
I do
knuckle.
it over the knuckle and I do two lifts. So I when I'm working my rise, I'll do it down the fingers like this, down
Yeah.
here, but I'll also have it kind of off on the knuckles. That's it. But I do that as a different lift. So it's
How
like a
how cool would
pronated.
it be
Yeah,
if we had a stitch that split it on our knuckles?
yeah, that'd be
You
really
know,
cool.
where
Yeah,
you
I know
have
you
half of it here and then half of
have
it
it in
here,
there. Yeah,
where it
yeah,
just sat there, and you could just
yeah.
bam.
Because
That'd be
really, if
perfect.
it's on there, it is a good
See,
spot for it to be to translate to arm wrestling. If I
by saying
find
that,
that,
you're going to make someone else in the chat the money because they're going to invent it and then they're going to sell it.
oh yeah,
Oh,
that's,
please do. Chapman Arm Wrestling.
We get
Throw
none of the
7.
money.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
we,
looking at getting in with the 98% arm wrestling. So I was
yeah,
talking
we
to him
are. We're
about.
franchised in.
I
Yeah,
heard that. That's why I'm mentioning that because
yeah,
um, what is it the pronation thing that
yep,
Ingen does?
yep.
I'm like, man, that's way too expensive. And
I
so I was
got one.
already talking to some machinist out here in Glasgow, and I was like, how much would you charge me to make this thing?
Yep,
And so they're like, well, 30-40 bucks or something like that. And I'm like,
it's not
man, they're
bad.
selling it.
It's
No,
pretty
they're
good.
selling it for like 200 bucks or something,
Oh,
270
easy.
maybe.
I got mine. I had to get mine from China. Yeah,
Yeah,
China.
China.
AliExpress, you can buy them on there right now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, on Alley. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah,
no.
but
Mine. I screwed up though. I should have got the one that just slid onto the barbell. I
like
got the
mine.
one that hooks. Yeah, like yours, Cody. Mine hooks into my rack. So my weight, the rack behind me, it plugs into that. So, but I do everything off my rack anyway. So, like all my bands are on the rack, and like all my band work, I got my side pressure machine set up to my table behind me. I got I got it. I got everything. I can do everything. I got everything for arm wrestling. Yeah, I love it. I gotta have everything. But I do a lot of band stuff. So at nighttime, I like to just for 15, 20 minutes, I got one of those Gripzilla handles. I printed it on my 3D printer. And the bands just kind of go through it. It's got a thing that the bands can go through. And it's just like I'm holding a hand, but I'll just sit there and arm wrestle with the bands for like 15, 20 minutes in the like usually about an hour before I go upstairs to bed.
So what's next after Ottawa for you guys? I'm
Well,
sorry,
I'm not.
after Alberta. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so for me, I got my next match is in Lloydminster. I'm pulling a guy from Manitoba. He's a strong dude. He was in the chat. Dan Hogue. Hey, buddy. Boom. He's yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
yeah,
So
and that one just goes
basically,
right on the end
this
of your barbell. Yeah.
slides right onto the end of the barbell. You can do your pronation. You can literally do rise, supination, like underneath your chop. Then you can also put it on your bar.
Yep.
Oh, that thing's sweet.
Yeah, you do everything with it. It's awesome.
Like $80 off of AliExpress right now.
Yeah, it is
Here
worth
it
it.
is.
It was worth it. That's Canadian, so that's only like
Cody,
40.
text
That's
that to me, please.
yeah. Message. Send them the link. Yeah.
Can you for real message that to me?
Yeah, it'd only be like $50 US. So
Oh wow, dude,
yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, it's worth it. There's a good tool, man.
Cody,
Really.
what's your last name?
Slug it.
Slug it. Okay.
Yeah, this is I just put hockey tape on it because it is
Uh-huh.
smooth, like underneath. So I just threw hockey tape on for my grip.
So the one I've been able to find is like the dad grip, maybe is what it's called. It's like 270
Oh, okay, yeah.
US. And I was like, gosh, have mercy. Like,
Yeah, and
see,
I know.
if I go like this, add to cart, and then it gives you the option. You can buy just the piece, or it comes with a piece that attaches to your arm wrestling table,
yeah.
and a loading pin. So there's different prices, but if you have your own loading pin at home and
Yeah.
everything like that, and a barbell,
You need to get it
you're
all.
set.
Yeah.
And it's right here. It says 76 Canadian, and then shipping would be the expensive, a little bit more expensive part. But like I know I found if you can like for me, it's $126 Canadian for shipping.
I wonder where they're coming out of.
I think it's
China, bro.
China.
Oh yeah, you said China. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is China. I think mine came. See, mine. I think mine was about $60 or something too. But I had it included. I ordered a bunch of stuff. So my side pressure machine. I wonder. My table. Fuck, you can't really see it.
Yeah.
See my side pressure machine hooked up there. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, I'm a fat boy at heart. And every time I hear this Canadian stuff, I'm like, gosh, I've got to get out to Canada and train and try some poutine.
Poutine's awesome, buddy. I just had one.
Just don't go there and say tang. Don't say poutang.
Yeah, don't say
No,
poutine.
Lord have mercy.
You might get a phone number. Yeah.
You're in the bathroom reading on the stall, poutine, call this number. I'm never stopping at this truck stop again. You know
Listen,
what I'm saying?
anybody that doesn't like cheese curds with gravy on top and it melted in fries is crazy. With a little malt vinegar, oh, that shit is so good.
Okay, Brian and I disagree in this aspect.
What?
You can take those cheese curds and throw them down the trash.
I like cheese curds.
Shredded cheddar. Shredded cheddar is better with gravy on top.
That's not poutine, though. That's not.
I
poutine.
knew I had heard you guys say that. I knew
Poutine's
that.
with cheese curds. Yeah.
I knew the judge was a cheese curds guy, and that's true poutine, right?
That's true poutine. Yeah.
It's the gross version. It's the gross version.
No, it's not. It's the original version. The ghetto hillbilly, the ghetto hillbilly version is taking brick cheese and grating it on there. And I would throw that at you if you gave that to me if I bought it. I'd be like, "What the fuck is this cheap knockoff? Take this shit and shove it."
It tastes better. It tastes better. That sharp cheddar is way better than
Brian grew up with money in his household. We can tell that off the go, then, huh,
Well, the
Cody?
thing, you know what? I didn't actually. My dad was always like, you know what? It doesn't matter if I can only have one little steak and it be delicious, or I could have a big fat chewy rubbery one. I'm going to take that little steak, and it's like all about the quality. I was just brought up quality. Cody will eat a cheap cut of steak and love it. And you know what I mean? He'll like be like, "Oh, this is great." I'd be like, "This is shit." I got to have my prime rib or my T-bones. Like I
Bro,
won't eat nothing else.
I grew up on Vienna sausages and potted meat and liver loaf.
I
You know
love
what I'm
that. Not liver.
Yeah,
Cody's with you on the liver. Cody's with you on the liver. I can't eat liver. I
I
don't like
love
the
liver, man. Liver's
I
the
can't
shit.
stand the
I love it.
texture. Liver texture. I just can't handle it. No.
My
My grandfather, he would literally eat all the organs. He would have a plate of organs every weekend when we had our big family dinner. He'd be going heart and liver, and he loved that crap. But
Did he die a young man or an old man?
87 years old when he died.
There you go. By gosh, that's as old as you could want to live.
Yeah. No, he was healthy. My Papa Lauren, and he had 13 brothers, one sister.
Yeah.
Dude, like I remember being at a point in my life when I was a child where me and my dad, we lived in a camp, the campers that sit on the truck,
Oh yeah.
on the pickup truck bed. It was in one of his buddy's backyard at -40 with a space heater like this big, one blanket and a pillow between the two of us, bundled up in your whole your gear, waking up in the middle of the night, freezing because you're cold. And I was like,
Yeah,
so
but
like, I don't know.
I
How
didn't
old were
grow
you,
up
Cody?
around richness, man. So
I was like probably like in my younger than 12.
Oh, you didn't know any better. You were having the best time of your life, though.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
You know what? It wasn't the waking up part sucks. But besides that, yeah.
Yeah, but
You
you
know,
know what? I didn't have a great life. Even though I liked my high quality steak and everything else, I was brought up on craft dinner and ramen noodles. My mom was on barely made a living. She worked like 3 fucking part-time jobs. And my dad was gone when I was 5. I didn't really meet my dad till I got older, and then we rekindled it. So I mean, I know what it's like. I used to be one of those street thugs, where I thought I was badass, 9, 10 years old, walking around hustling. I had to hustle for everything. By the time I was 12, I was already friggin'. I was like the guy. My first year in high school, I knew how to make money, but I learned how to get all that stuff because I was poor. Because I was poor, I learned how to hustle. I was 9 years old thinking of scams, going around collecting donations and bottles for my local baseball team. When meanwhile, I didn't even play baseball, and I was cashing out like $600-700 a day at 9 years old. I was hustling.
Did you see what Captain Phil Carty say in the chat?
Yeah.
He said we were so poor we couldn't pay attention.
Well, no, I hear you.
goodness.
No, but I was a hustler, man. When I was a kid, we had nothing. My mom, I remember her grabbing me by the ear because she went in my room, and I had all my drawers. I had like chocolate bars in this, like all the different chocolate bars in the top drawer. And she's like, "How are you getting all this shit?" She grabbed me the one day. I remember by the ear. She put it all in the bag, and I didn't even steal it, but I hustled it and bartered for it, right? Like cigarettes and stuff like that. I used to barter cigarettes at 9, 10 years old. But anyway, she brought me to the store and made me return it to a store I didn't even steal it from. So yeah, I know. Listen, I know what it's all about being poor. I was taught to be resourceful. If you know what I mean? Like where there's a will, there's a way. Honestly, you don't need to go without. That's why I don't believe why I get so pissed off when I see homeless people sometimes, because I had this homeless guy not long ago. Listen to this. No, he came up to me and he asked me for money. He was hard up, and he ran across the parking lot. He must have thought I had money because I was in my big diesel truck and everything. I gave him $20. I thought he was just hard on his luck. Maybe he did need that coffee and sandwich. 2 days later, he sees me again. He runs across the parking lot, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you help me out?" I'm like, "Didn't I give you $20 the other day?" Because I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, "Fuck you." And I went, "What?" I fucking parked my truck. I opened the door. I said, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. I was about to kick this guy's ass in the middle of the parking lot. I said, if you can run across that fucking parking lot to ask me for money, you can go get yourself a fucking job. I said, you could be working now. You're not disabled. I said, you're a fucking druggie or something. And I fucking shoot him out right in the parking lot. Yeah. So anyway, listen, I know what the hustle's about, man. So, but I still like good steak.
No, but like even like you said, if you had a like a fatty, juicy T-bone or even A5 Wagyu there, and you showed me a nice
I don't do
lean,
Wagyu. I don't do Wagyu.
no barely any fat, nice looking
eat that.
steak.
I want the marbling.
I'd take that low fat steak any
fat.
day over that Wagyu 5 steak.
I want that fat.
I
want that fat. No, because it's tender. That's a tender steak when you have that nice marbling and you got that nice fat that gets all golden and juicy and it like, oh, it's buttery when you fucking when you cook it just perfect on the grill. I love it, man.
I don't know what
I sit there and just I'm like tasting it while I'm cooking it. But then again, I really love food though. Like I have a food fetish, right?
So do I, but I prefer less fat in my steak. I would rather more meat and
but that's just a preference thing, I think. Yeah.
I'm saying if you've never eaten Vienna sausages out of necessity in your life, then you're not going to beat me in a hook in arm wrestling. You better hope there's another path.
Well, you know what? We used to our bacon when I was a kid. Our bacon was bologna. My mom used to get bologna and fry bologna with our
fried
eggs.
bologna sandwiches are so good.
Oh, fried bologna and egg sandwich, toasted sandwiches. Oh,
you guys have Spam in Canada?
You listen. Listen. We ate Spam when I was a kid. I used to fry it though. It's actually good if it's fried. If you fry it with some eggs, it's actually not bad. When we go fishing, we used to bring cans of Spam fishing and we'd fry it up and then have some Spam, some fish, and some canned. And we always had canned potatoes when I was a kid. So I bring a couple canned potatoes. Yeah. Yeah.
Even
like
this weekend,
the little round ones, the little baby spuds. Yeah.
What you got to try is you fry up your bologna, get like 2 or 3 slices of bologna. Then you get your toast. You make toast your bread. You mustard one side, mayonnaise one side. You put your bologna down, cheese, and then just some cut up onions.
That'd be good. I could go with that. Yeah, I love that. Captain Phil Cardy says Cody eats marshmallow bananas. Yeah.
I love those marshmallow bananas. You know those little yellow.
I hate them. I hate those marshmallow candies. I never liked them. It's got to be a thing or acquired taste. I always liked the Big Feet and the cinnamon lips when I was a kid. So I just love those. Like, have you ever had them? I don't know if you got them in the States, but we get they used to have the 5-cent candies when I was a kid, or 1-cent candies, and they were like the little black babies, and then you get the cinnamon lips, and then the Big Feet. And I love that shit. I love.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I used to eat so much of it. Yeah. Fucking bologna is more expensive than lobster here. That's bad.
Is that for real?
You gotta know where he's from. Lobster's a dime a dozen there.
Yeah, because
you can get lobster there.
He's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
He lives out in Nova Scotia.
What's funny is I eat neither, because I don't eat pork now. As a religious preference.
Yeah.
And so I don't eat neither in either pork nor lobster. But we stopped at this restaurant the other day, and I do demolition work, and I was dying. I needed something to drink so bad, and I stopped in, and this woman's like, I've got fried bologna sandwiches, smoked bologna sandwiches. It's this pizza place, and so I was like, man, we don't.
You too.
Oh, she said it was all beef, and I was like, it's been 13 years since I had a bologna sandwich.
Oh wow!
She cooked that thing up on some artisan bread, dude, and
so
man,
good.
It touched my soul. It was different.
I agree. When I was a kid, it was bologna sandwiches all the time. But I used to always say to my mom, we always get all beef bologna. And my mom used to complain, and my sandwiches were thinner because it was more expensive for the all beef bologna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were on a fixed budget, man. Like we had to hit the food bank and everything when I was young. I know what it's like to struggle for sure. But maybe that's why I appreciate the little things so much now.
I was like, I had the years of struggles, and then my grandparents, my grandma Bev and my grandpa Dennis, they took me in and they raised me for a good half of my life afterwards. And
oh, no kidding, me too, Cody.
Yeah, and then at that point, I no longer struggled. I got I was worked like a mother trucker on
Yeah,
a farm with 300 head of cattle, and but
taught you responsibility.
it made me strong, made me responsible. So at the end of the day, I'm thankful for that. But yeah, then I got to eat good and have fresh beef. No hormones in the beef. There's
Yeah,
chickens, like eggs. Oh,
that's
Yeah.
the good food though. That's the good food right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
get the fuck out of the city. I want to get a little acreage, but it's so hard to buy land now. Like it's just tough, and the government here like is really they've changed things too. So I can't even buy a little chunk of land just to have at the side because you got to pay capital gains tax now.
Oh
So
my God.
if you try to have anything outside where you reside, they
Yeah.
charge you a 40% capital gains tax.
Yeah. No thanks.
It's fucked up, man. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that because we always get shadow banned when I do. So I'm going to stay away from all that. But yeah, but anyway, that's why I want to separate. I want, and all my guns are all in the cabinets. I can't take any. I can't use any of them anyway because they banned them all here. So right now, so yeah, they're all illegal. Can't even go hunting. And then the government's
Brian,
releasing pics and out of
sometimes on
planes
the
now.
podcast, if they ever decide they want to come get him, they know what where he is, and
Yeah, but he
he had.
can't. I mean, Alberta, they're not coming. Now, our government already said that they can't come and do nothing to us. So.
My one podcast with you guys, and I'm so excited because I'm like, dude, that's a huge podcast. And then Brian's like, F the government. Yeah,
I'm anti-government, brother. I've always been.
yeah, yeah. You're, far from your audience here as you're talking, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. You know what? I gotta watch what I say all the time, but I'm passionate, and sometimes I have a hard time zipping it. I just
No. I mean
spew
hey,
it out.
listen, if we get 12 viewers and six of them get their eyes open, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. You're right, though. You're right. It's like sometimes you know what? I've had people talk to me and think I'm fucking crazy because I go, what I say on the pod, I have to filter because we've already had videos that I can't even promote for us, right? Because of my mouth.
yeah.
So, but I've had people hear me and think I'm crazy, and then a year later they'll phone me or message me and they'll go, you know what? You're not fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
they'll something will click for them, and it will affect whatever I said affected them somehow, and now all of a sudden they jump down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh, you just figured that out? Like I've known that fucking forever since I was a kid, right?
Well,
But
Mark
yeah,
Twain said,
sorry, but
he said, my dad, he said, he was the biggest fool when I was 17 years old. I could barely stand to be around him. He said, but when I was 21, I was surprised at how much the man had learned.
yeah, but there's some truth to that though,
Yeah.
right? Because we all live in little bubbles, right? And sometimes it's best not to know though some of the stuff, right?
Ignorance is truly bliss.
So, yeah, no, I agree. I have friends out there that I'm just like, if I could live oblivious like you, fuck, man, my life would be so. I'd almost feel like it'd be stress free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
see,
no, I agree.
I'm open up to a lot of it, but I'm very much of one of those guys that's just
Accepts, and you're just like, it is what it is.
like I can't like me alone. I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah,
Why
no,
let it affect my life and be worried about it?
that's true. But I always feel like if people really know, maybe one day when someone stands up, they'll have the balls to stand up with them. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a dreamer. I don't know. But
You
you
know
never
what?
know.
At the same time, like I don't know, because like I'm part of it's a union, not union here in Alberta. It's called CLAC. It's actually
Yeah.
all over Canada, and like if the people of the union stood together, we would get a lot more things that we wanted, and especially in the workforce. But no, it's impossible. It's impossible to get everyone to stand together or enough of them to stand together to make a real change, even with the union. So like to do that at a government scale, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Well, until people are starving and but who knows, right? I mean, everything's prophesized. But I always tell people, I have some people that say, "Well, Brian, you know what's coming is supposed to happen," and I say to them, "You don't need to rush it. You don't need to go out of your way to make it happen. Like, you know what I mean?"
Are you a man of faith, Brian?
I'm a little bit. I'm not a huge, like, I wasn't brought up that way, but in my old age, I become close. I think I found my relationship.
It's hard to deny it once you've seen it, huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, 100%. But I was the opposite. I kind of seen. I think I seen I seen the devil is what I seen, and it made
Yeah,
me know that God's there. Like,
sure.
you know what I mean? I seen the evils of the world, and it made me know in my heart that, you know what I mean. That
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
that's how I found God, was through really, really wicked shit and like horrible stuff, right? But I mean, hey, we all find him some way, right? So I think everyone's relationship is their own with him. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not educated um, spiritually or like religiously, but yeah, I definitely know. Like, I believe I have a connection. So yeah,
See,
Amen, brother. I'd like to talk about that a little bit
I
more.
yeah. It's a It's a conversation with some people. Yeah. Sorry, Cody.
yeah,
What were you
like
gonna say?
when I was a kid, I went to Sunday school for a little while, but like before I ever got to like actually remember anything, I ended up getting kicked out in the first week.
What'd you
Yeah,
do?
I just when I was we were eating muffins, and I looked at the lady, and I was like, "Does this have peanuts in it?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And I looked at her straight faced after eating half of it, and goes, "I'm allergic to peanuts," but I wasn't. So she
Mhm.
started losing her shit, stabs me with an EpiPen, calls 911.
That's awesome.
Because she was worried about you. Yeah, yeah.
And
And
I
then
wasn't actually allergic to the, and they're like, yeah, he's not allowed back.
yeah, oh, okay. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, yeah, I didn't. I never listen when honestly when God was pushed on me, I rejected I don't know why. I just did, and then I it'd be a long story to tell you, so I'm not going to get into it on here. But eventually I found yeah, yeah. I had an experience, put it that way.
Well, we have each other on Facebook Messenger. Cody,
Yeah,
please add me because I'd love to hear about that AliExpress or whatever the
yeah. We got to get you one of
Yeah,
those
I'll
donation
send it to
tools.
but yeah, I'd love to hear more about your testimony, Brian. We don't have to get into it on the show,
Oh
obviously. I know.
no. Oh, definitely. It'd be easier. Yeah, yeah. It'd be long, and then yeah. But I mean, I would love. Yeah, I'd love to talk about it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And what's really funny too is my son-in-law. His family's very religious, and it was kind of good in a way because I wanted my daughter to find, like, I wanted that for my daughter in a man, and then
Find a
I
good man.
yeah, and he's a good man. Yeah, he is a good man overall. So, and yeah, very religious and everything. And I was happy, right? So, and I got a beautiful grandson now. So I've been blessed. He's awesome. She brought him to practice today. He's 1 year old, and he ran across the front lawn to me at 1 years old. I was like, "You're
Oh
walk." I
man.
didn't even know he was. I knew he was starting to walk. I didn't know he was going to run across the grass. Anyway,
yeah.
Oren's running now. Yeah.
Yeah, so is
So
that
Well,
dude Asher's running
yeah.
he's been running everywhere. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Cody, yours is Asher. That's your
Yeah,
son's name.
yeah.
Oh, my youngest son's name's Asher.
Oh
Nice.
really?
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I call him Smash, Smasher. All the
Sure.
Yeah.
variations.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Well,
That's
to be
awesome.
honest, I got the name from a Spartan movie I like, or Spartan show I liked,
oh,
and
really?
yeah, it's called Spartacus. There's a
I love
character in the show
Spartacus.
named
I
Asher.
love Spartacus. That was an
Yeah,
awesome
and
show.
yeah, and there's a character in there that's named Asher, and but afterwards, apparently someone pointed out to me it's actually a name from the Bible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It means blessed or happy.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that. So yeah,
Awesome.
he'll go, Daddy, my huge. He'll go, look how big my bicep is.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. My grandson goes, "Arr!" and I do it. Arr! So every
So
time.
we were down in St. Augustine, which is let's see, northeastern Florida, and they've got this gator farm, And so we go in there, and maybe he's 3 or 4, however old. And so you got this little Asian guy, and he's like, "Hey, come in here and take a picture." So we go in there. There's gators everywhere, like 100 gators or something. And we go in there, and they've got the mouth taped up. And so, the kid's sitting there, and they hold the gator, and they get the picture. And so he goes, and I'm sorry, Asher's whole thing is, "I'm huge, Daddy, I'm huge." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're huge, son." And he's my smallest child out of
Uh,
the five.
yeah,
Like at that age, he's the
yeah, yeah.
smallest one. Very athletic, very strong, but he's definitely the
Strong
smallest
minded.
kid. Yeah. And so he holds the gator, and he's like, "Yeah." And he's just looking at it or whatever. And the guy goes, "Now, you're bigger than him now, but whenever you come back, he's going to be bigger than you." It's a small room, and I'm just such a big fan and like speaking life into my children.
Yeah.
And I go, "Son, don't listen to that sissy." I said, "The next time you get back here, you're going to be way bigger than that gator." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that dude just like looking at me like, "Whoa,
yeah.
whoa."
What's wrong with this guy? Hey man, that's awesome. Yeah, well, you know what? That's what's kind of nice. I couldn't have any more kids, but now that my kids, because I have kids, so now that my kids are having kids, like I get to have kids again without having to do the hard work.
Yeah,
It's
no doubt.
cool.
I'll
Yeah,
rent them for the day. You guys take them home for the night, and
yeah,
then
yeah. It's perfect. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. So M spot in the house now. Oh, he came late, Gelder. Boom.
yeah,
Yeah, all big things coming from the M Spot, guys. November 21st. It's going to be the first event back for the M Spot, Vegas bound. Some big matches to be announced soon. Don't have them all worked out yet, but we're working it out. And going to be amazing production. And actually, that's where down the road, Tyler, you just keep making a little list of who you want to pull. So,
yes, sir.
because
Yeah, I'd
there's
love to
big
do
things
that. I'd
happening.
love to do.
Would you go to
Uh,
Vegas?
yeah, I'll go to Vegas, and then I'd love to do the arm bender.
Yes, yes. It took me 3 years of harassing. I finally got on the arm bender this year.
Yeah, I
So
don't I don't know what kind of pictures that Josh Wilson likes, but I've sent him
yeah.
everything on my body at this
Well,
point.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. No, I know. I'll still. You know what? He literally had over 300 requests for the last two arm benders. So like, and it's like he's so overwhelmed with requests to be on the arm bender that it's been he does it is yeah, there's a lot of big names too that you just can't get on. He only has so many matches, right? So you just keep bugging him, keep letting him know eventually he'll get to you. Like
Yeah.
he did me. Like it took me 3 years, but I just kept helping and promoting it because it's an awesome event. It's got some of the best payouts in arm wrestling. The sponsors look after the athletes, and and if you win, you're going to get rewarded. There's money, right? Like, and there's money getting thrown at the table while even up until your match. Like, it's amazing. It's the craziest atmosphere. You know what I mean? Last year you had Adam Warzinski got that big win on Sandras. I think they probably got like I think the winner got like 6 or 7 grand. It was quite a bit of money on the table. Logan Anderson Torque Wrench pulled the year before. I think he got up to like 6,400 US by
Goodness
the time he
gracious.
pulled. Yeah, because he's hometown favorite, so they just kept throwing money up there. That's why you want to pull a Montana guy, because if you pull a Montana guy, you got more money going up on the table because that's the hometown guy, right? So
Oh
all the
yeah.
sponsors, yeah. So try to if you do get on the arm bender, try to pull a Montana guy if you can.
Oh, that's why you're so happy about your guy.
Because
It's
I'm
because
pulling Ben Brooks.
he's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
hometown guy.
yeah.
Well, just so we get it in real quick, I never even knew that there were men born in Montana. I thought that they had to procreate outside of Montana and then come
Okay.
back and give birth. So, if you want to grab a hold of this Kentucky muscle, y'all just let me know. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. They got, you know what? They got strong dude. Montana's strong, strong guys in Montana, man. I think that they're just a little newer to the arm wrestling scene.
I was gonna
Like they
say
only,
they're strong, but not stronger
well,
than
the
us.
last few years, well, their level since I pulled the Destroyer like what 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Has it been that long? 2 or 3 years ago. So I pulled Chuck Young, the Destroyer. I would say since then their level is skyrocketed. Like, not because of me or nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like they just didn't have a lot of long-time pullers. They do have some, like Brian Johnson. He used to pull back in the day with Brezink and on WAL, UAL.
Well, I'm curious, Brian. You're like, yes, we know Montana's getting better, but if we did a 12-man super match
we already
series,
done that. We kicked their ass every time.
oh no, but now that they've gotten better, do you think
We
they'd give
we
you?
still win.
No, you
No,
still think they
no, we
would?
still win.
I think so.
I think we still would. The first time we did Montana, Alberta, it was 17-6. So we beat them 17. They got 6 on us. The next time was 11 for Alberta, 1 for Montana. And then the next time was closer, though. That one that you went to, Cody,
Yeah.
that was closer.
I think we were like 4 or 5 more than they had.
Yeah, it was closer. But it just depends on the matchups, too, right?
But like, I felt like they also they were bringing in all. It was kind of the same
They
group
bring
of Montana.
guys from outside of Montana, too, Idaho and yeah.
But at the same time, it was kind of like the same group of Montanans.
It
just
is.
that kept pulling at all these.
Yeah.
But the group of Canadians that was pulling at every single one pretty
It's
much
always different. Yeah.
Mostly different each time.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. No,
I'm saying if y'all want to do super versus super, 242 versus 242, or what is that, 110 kilos,
to come to
and
Kentucky.
then 198 versus 198. I've got my top 3 that I'll go Kentucky versus Alberta.
Okay.
Who do you guys have?
So we've got Austin Jaggers.
Yeah, he's 242 though.
No, he's supers.
Oh, he's supers. Yeah, I know he's either 242 or supers. Yeah.
No, he's 3. I just dripped up with him maybe a few weeks ago. That boy's full out supers. He's 300 pounds at least.
Oh yeah, okay. We had him on the pod about a month ago. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's super nice.
Yeah.
And then and of course me, I'll go at 242 versus I guess I'll take the Matt Mask, train. And then at 198 we've got James Kite, which
Okay.
I hate to give him the nod, but
I don't know. Mason DeRossi. Mason DeRossi's pretty. He just beat Tom Holland at Armwrestling, who beat Justin Bishop. Like,
we'll do $500 a round, winner takes all. How about that?
Who do you guys have in your 220 division?
Nobody. So we've done the. We've aligned with, I told you Kentucky Armwrestling rankings is an absolute joke. Yeah. And so they have aligned with the East versus West rankings, although they exclusively pull practices, except for us 3 that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
And so there's no 220 guys. There's, they bumped James Kite up to 209. And he ripped through Bo Horner at the Arnold's, which really surprised me. And he won the Arnold's, and it wasn't even close.
Was that this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so, of course, Austin won the Arnold's at Supers, and he beat Farid Usmanov. And I'm trying to think who else.
Farid's getting beaten by a lot, though. I mean, last year, not this year, last year, Dustin Houghton, he won the left-handed Arnold, and he came second on the right. So,
yeah, but did he beat Farid right-handed?
I think so.
Interesting.
It was a different guy that beat him in the final. Wallace Dilly beat him in the final, I think.
Well,
Wallace Dilly? Yeah, it was Wallace Dilly, I think.
Wallace Dilly is I thought that was a Make-A-Wish Foundation. I didn't know that was a serious arm wrestler.
I don't know. He's definitely he definitely looks like a strong man. I mean,
yeah, he does look strong. I'm just kidding.
He does. Yeah. He looks like like injuries. Like, I don't know. It looks like I would maybe injure myself pulling him, but
yeah, he's a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
But he does have that underbite and kind of slobbers as he arm wrestles.
He does. Yeah, he does. I agree.
Got a couple of extra chromosomes. He doesn't want to pull Austin Jaggers, that's for sure.
Austin Jaggers is listen. He's a stud, man. He's going to. Okay. We didn't see much of him for a little while for personal reasons, but you know what? That guy, if he gets serious, he's going to be.
Anybody that's sleeping on that guy has
It's
never gripped
crazy.
up with him.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
crazy.
Your 198 guy. What was his name again? I'm just looking at if he's on the in the
James
hook.
Kite, and for whatever
I know
reason,
James. I've seen James Kite. Yeah.
No, he's not
James
on the rankings.
No,
he's not on what now?
the
He's, I was
rankings.
just looking at the in the
Oh
hook
yeah,
rankings.
yeah.
Yeah,
He chose to not go on the in the hook rankings. I don't know why. James is an odd cat. He's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I respect him as an arm wrestler
yeah,
incredibly.
yeah.
But
What's
he
some like big names that he's beaten? Like maybe someone that's on the in the hook rankings or something like that.
well, like I said, Bo Horner, he just ripped through
Oh,
him, the national champion, and what is he ranked top 10 maybe or something like that?
Uh,
yeah.
right-handed.
Bo
Yeah,
Horner. I know.
he
I've
beat him
seen.
He's
right
not.
and left.
He's not ranked on the
He
198s right hand.
he won right and left-handed at the Arnold's this past year,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and
There's a lot of
and
people not on that in the hook though, because
Yeah,
unless
like
you
that
have
Paul Horner
chance.
guy you just mentioned,
Yeah.
he's not in the top 10 or in the
Yeah,
top
but
20.
did you know Alan? I'll tell you something. Did you know Alan Ford wouldn't be on the in the hook rankings? Like they don't. Chance doesn't like follow and say, "Oh, this guy just beat this guy," unless you're phoning Chance or messaging him, telling him that you beat this guy at this event and this weight,
yeah,
and
you have to message Chance and let him
yeah,
know who you beat.
you're
Yeah.
not
And
getting on the in the hook rankings. Like,
for
yeah,
whatever weird reason, James does not update
yeah,
anybody on who he beats. Now, uh, he beats everybody. Like he'll pull 198, 220, 242 in supers, and right and left handed. And out of those 8 classes, he'll pull 6 or 7 golds.
yeah. It's like
And
Jerosi
so,
does that here. Yeah,
yeah, and so, and he just hunts the big guys. I think he's beaten every top guy around in supers. Definitely left-handed, but right-handed
Cody's
except
wanting
for
to start doing that, eh, Cody? You're talking about
What?
pulling up now. You know what? I think by chasing the bigger guys, it helps you at your own weight because you're.
Yeah.
Why
why don't
wouldn't it?
we do that? Why don't we do that? Matt Mask versus me, whoever your super heavyweight is, and then Cody versus James Cott at 220, and we'll call that a Kentucky versus Alberta match.
Like if you want the best Albertan 220, I would right-handed at least.
James
It's not.
James is 198. I'm not saying we got to. Well, I'm not saying we got to fish for the best 220. I'm saying that
Yeah.
at
I would.
198.
I'd pull.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Cody, yeah. Why not? I would do it, especially if he's 198. You got the edge, man. Right? You got the edge.
At the
He's a he's a
edge.
he's a little bitty guy. He's 6'3". He's a weight class bully, and he is as
6'3". So
yeah, a little
he will
bitty
have the lead
6'3",
advantage.
198 guy.
Well, the
Guessing
lever
he's a
then.
top roller.
Is he a
Yeah,
top roller?
absolutely.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no doubt.
It's definitely a top roller. Yeah.
He do you guys know who Brad Killian is?
Sounds familiar. Like I
He's one
can't
of the
always put a
biggest
face to the
humans
name.
I've ever put eyes on in my life. He's like 6'5", 330 with abs. He
No
came
shit.
from bodybuilding, IFBB pro. James just like ripped him apart. Paul Hughes, he ripped his like pec off. Like he's the giant hunter.
Yeah, he's one
Uh,
drug. Yeah.
and so
I would say
and
Mason
he's
DeRossi though. Yeah, I put Mason against anybody at that weight. Yeah, but it's just
6'3".
But you know what?
That's.
We are the powerhouse. I think in Alberta is one of the powerhouses in Canada for
I'm
pulling.
sorry, but that's insane to be 198 pounds at 6'3".
Yeah, there's guys like that though. They're just low body fat. They're lanky. Like Brett Bellamy, he's kind of like that, 6'2".
But he's
Right?
220s.
Yeah, but he's made 198s. He made 198s at the East versus West.
I'm pretty sure right now, Battle Zone, he's left hand belt holder for the 242s.
Yeah, he is. He is. But that was just a weird match that he took. He traveled to Nova Scotia, I think. Got it.
look up my match versus James Kite, and he's pulled definitely the 198s, the 220s, 242s. and then he's in the supers at that point. I'm 5'10", 5'11". I'm pulling supers. I was probably 280 at the time, and then size us up next to each other. Of course, I beat him because he's, he can't he can't grab a hold of that much man. But but I'm a bad stylistic matchup for him for real. But
Yeah, yeah, because you can't get it on your hand.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
Okay, so he's a top roller. He's a top
yeah,
roller.
he's a top roller.
but he's such a. You're gonna start like this, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, ref, my wrist is bent back,"
I hate
and
that.
then the ref's gonna be like, "Well, his wrist is straight. Shut up." You know what I mean?
Oh, is
And
it like that? Yeah, yeah.
he's got a method. He's a student of the game. If you've ever seen anybody plug into
Well,
like
I can
Devin
tell
and
you right now, if
Perez.
your wrist is here and he's straight, that's because he's created a big, huge pocket in here somewhere when
Oh
he's
yeah,
gripping up with you, yeah,
yeah.
making that room.
He's a student of the game, and
Yeah.
he has it on his channel of how he does it, step by step by step. And
Mm.
guys will still arm wrestle him and be like, "How did you do that? That's
Yeah, I
magic."
can
You
get
know what I
my
mean?
hands. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well,
I know, but
listen,
even here, a lot of the refs they won't let anyone start like this. So
no,
they'll
they won't.
whatever he's doing to make my hand like this, they'll force that out of it.
Yeah, we have a thing here, right? I feel I'm a certified ref. I ref, but I will feel this on both of the guys, and I will
Hmm.
fix it. I will make sure it's correct because, well, that's my job. My job is to make sure everybody's fair and square. No one's got an advantage. That's all I do as a ref is make sure each competitor has a fair shake. That's all the ref's job is to make sure you guys are fair as
Well,
possible.
Brian, listen, as much respect as I have for you, and get it. I'm a dirty, filthy, rotten hook puller.
So
Uh,
I'll be like going, oh
you know
no,
what I mean? So like,
yeah,
I'm just trying to get that depth,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and then turn that corner. But I'm just telling you, having pulled the guy with the most strict refs,
yeah, yeah.
you're gonna start
Still gets
like,
away.
yeah,
Okay, I know what you mean.
because he says the same thing every time. He does the same thing every time,
It's
and
a
it's just
system.
like,
It's a setup
God,
system.
mercy, just
It's
shut
like
up and arm wrestle.
It's honestly the Fraser technique, like Victor Beloff, Randy Sparling, all these guys. They will, they want perfection in the setup, and they will voice it, and they'll complain about the other guy, even if they already have everything. They'll still complain about you.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
he's
Yeah,
complaining up until the go.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
he's got his same words that he says
Yeah,
up. Everything that he says is the same until the go. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and see, I'm kind of saying like I had to actually apologize to Miles Hutton from our last event. We just had an event. I think it was a week ago now, and that whole event, I was laying into him hard. Like he's the ref, and I'm like laying into him hard. Back talking to him, and afterwards, I'm like, bro, don't take anything I say to you too hard. Like I was like there was one time he made a call, and I knew the guy was his teammate. So I was like, quit playing favorites with your teammate, blah blah blah. Which he wasn't in the wrong, but I'm using everything in my verbal arsenal to get everything I want in that
Of course. Well, that's what you got to do. You got to fight for everything. And it starts before the go, man. If you're not fighting the second you put your elbow on the table, you're probably against a high level puller. You're probably losing
Yeah.
because you do. You got to fight for everything, and that's the thing that we learn when we. That's one thing I'm speak for myself that I have been trying to work on because I used to just be like, let's just rip and grip. Let's just get let's just. I just thought it was all good sportsmanship. But then I've
No.
lost some really important rounds at tournaments or provincials or nationals because I didn't do it right. Wasn't, he was fighting, I wasn't. And that's why I lost. So that's the things at a higher level that you have to, whether you like it or not, if you ain't doing it, you're probably going to have some problems, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're just fucking crazy, right?
There's an entire hustle to the game for
There
sure.
is. Yeah, no, there is. But listen, guys, I
Well,
got a caller here. I got to go. But it's been great talking to you, Tyler. It was really good meeting you. Just kind of meeting you because we got to know each other a bit. So,
Same
um,
here, brother.
Yeah, appreciate your time, and wish you well this weekend. I hope you guys just match of the night, man. That's what I hope for you guys. So
It will be.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And Cody, hope you have a great night too,
Yes,
brother.
you
Yeah.
do. And
And
it's been good
chat,
meeting you.
thank you. Yes, yeah, we'll
Make
talk a lot
sure
more.
the chat subscribes and gives us a follow.
Yes, please. And check out Tyler Chapman, even on Facebook. He posts his videos. I've been watching some of his training, little training clips and that. You can learn some shit. Check him out. He's a beast. So
Yeah.
thanks,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you,
Oh,
guys. Y'all have a blessed evening. Appreciate y'all having me on. All praise and glory to God. Check me out on TikTok and Instagram as well. It's Chapman Arm
there you
Wrestling.
go.
Okay.
Okay, brother. Thank you. Thanks for your
Yes, sir.
time, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.